has had a pretty decent week. Things have been happening. Things have been happening. It has definitely not been a quiet week, I'll say that. It has been rather filled. I could honestly probably have a 5 or 6 hour show today, but I'm not going to do that because my wife would be pretty mad at me. Lady Dozer would not take kindly to that. Not at all. Not at all. Let me go ahead and check and make sure that things are going smoothly on Rumble. We are streaming here to Rumble, the free speech platform, as well as YouTube and X. So thank you, wherever you may be watching. I sincerely appreciate you. Let me see. I think we're going. Good deal. Awesome. And I do see we have some activity in chat. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining. Good deal. I think the Rumble Studio chat is not catching up with the where we're at on the live stream on the Rumble app, but oh well. I'll check in and make sure that things are going well there. So, see, we've got Ree in the chat from Lord Sterling. We had Pulled McGroin. Oh, and no. It's supposed to be no fucks given, I'm assuming, but it's mixed around a little bit. It's very clever of you. Good morning. Yeah, you're up early over there in the UK. We're going to be talking about the UK a little bit today. Yeah, he's up. I think it's like 3:30 in the morning over there. So appreciate you hanging out. I do appreciate you hanging out. Oh, but anyways, today we are going to be talking about a few things. We got a few different things to talk about today. Yeah, I was usually I water. I didn't put the video here on Rumble. I put it on X, and I think I shared it on Truth. Just my evening watering routine for the backyard. We've got some pumpkins. We've got giant mammoth sunflowers out there. We've got zinnias. Trying to do garlic because I would like to try to dehydrate garlic this year and maybe get a little bit of garlic powder. Something I've never done before, so figure why not? Might as well give it a shot. Don't know though. They're looking kind of puny. They're looking a little bit puny today. I also have been skipping watering a couple days, so the pumpkins, they're doing okay. The pumpkins are doing all right. I think we're actually going to have quite a few pumpkins this year. The potatoes, they're doing pretty solid. If you're just joining right now, I'm just kind of doing some general checking in with you guys, talking a little bit about our garden I've got in the back and some volunteer pumpkins that I've got growing in the backyard. I think I posted the video. No, I tried. Okay, so I posted the video to locals, but it was with the X link. So couldn't quite figure out why it wouldn't let me post the video directly to locals. But it's on there. By the way, I have a locals community. It's a little community. There's only 3 people in there right now. Very exclusive. If you want to check it out, it's thedozerden.locals.com. My idea for that avenue of expression is pretty much to, share out my links, of course, share out maybe other creators' links, because I feel like a rising tide lifts all ships, right? So I'll be doing that there, sharing my stuff, other people's stuff, and just stuff that I find interesting. I'm a bit of a geek at times, so I might share some anime stuff, some nerd stuff. Who knows? But that's kind of what I think I want that platform to kind of be used for. It doesn't cost anything to join the locals community, thedozerden.locals.com. But if you did want to share stuff out there as well, or I'm going to figure out, I was talking to Cool Frog, and he said that you have to actually request live stream access. So I'm going to be doing that at some point. Need to figure out who the heck to contact. I guess maybe an email, customer support. I will say the couple times I've dealt with customer support with Rumble, it was kind of hit or miss. It was kind of hit or miss, to be honest. But we ended up getting something done. So there was that. All right. I think that's probably enough for the start of the stream pleasantries. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you haven't liked the stream yet, give that stream a like. If you have not followed the channel, if you could give me a follow, I sure would appreciate it. I've got the little chyron there at the top. The ticker, it is a rolling. Figured out how to do that. I've been tinkering a little bit with Rumble Studio. So, and also, I've got to do this. I forgot to do it this time because and by the way, if you're joining, I know this is not my normal night. I normally do Thursdays at 9:30, but the reason we're doing it tonight, I have a previous engagement tomorrow evening, and I will not be home until late. So we are going to drive-in theater. So I think we're going to watch Twister at the drive-in theater. Twisters, excuse me, Twisters. Got had that planned. So yeah, that's why we're doing a Wednesday stream. But I see we've already got 14 people watching. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Oh, there we go. What's up, Salt Dumpster? Salute, sir. Sir Dozer. Appreciate you guys joining. Let's see. Oh, I'm also on X at BillDozer74 __, or you could probably just search Dozer74. Just hit over 1,100 followers on X, guys. Freaking awesome. At some point, I'll be able to start making money on X. I don't know when that's going to happen. I think you have to have like 5 million impressions in 3 months. And I'm at like 1.7 million impressions in the last 3 months. I had a couple that went pretty dang big, I guess, as far as views are concerned. Oh, okay. Real quick, before we get into the topic, just a random here. Maybe it's because I'm relatively new to X or the Twitter space. Maybe it's because I'm relatively new, but everybody's seems to be very frustrated or very mad about the count for likes, comments, reposts being removed at the bottom. I think the only thing that would be left is views. I honestly don't care. I mean, it's I guess you get a little endorphin hit from the likes, I guess, but I mean, I'm just more concerned about getting the reach out there. What's up, Wendy? Thanks for joining. I appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate you participating in the chat. If you guys haven't liked the stream yet, give the stream a like. If you want to comment in the comment section, that helps as well. If you would like to share the stream out, that's also very much appreciated. Rumble also has this awesome thing where you can click this awesome little subscribe button. It's this red subscribe button. It's awesome. It asks you to click it. It whispers sweet nothings in your ears. Not like Joe Biden. That's not like Joe Biden. But you should definitely smash the like button. You should. And then tap it. And then give it a little nibble on the ear and then whisper it. That one's Joe Biden. That's Joe Biden. Sorry. No, but if you want to subscribe, it's like $5 a month, something like that. Help keep a small-time Rumble creator from door dashing in the evenings. And nobody ever has to give me anything, by the way. I think I got a Rumble rant earlier before the stream even started. I had a little $1 Rumble rant. So I think that was J9128. I think that was the. It's not popping up for me, so I can't pull it up. Otherwise, I would definitely put that up at the top right now. But I do appreciate if you want to donate. Absolutely fine. Nobody ever has to donate anything to me. So, but if you have that inclination, it's always appreciated. But anyways, back to my Twitter thing or X. I honestly do not care. I do not care if the like follows counts goes away, as long as you can maybe like click it and then you could see it. I guess that would be a compromise. But somebody I saw this, and I saw this from a right wing account. It was the most herd mentality thing that I've seen in a while. The person said, "Well, if we can't see the likes or the reposts, how do we know what's worth clicking on? How do we know? How do we know what's worth clicking on and actually viewing? I don't know. Maybe use your innate sense of curiosity. How about that? How about, I don't know, if you see something that gives you a little appetizer, a little bit of a tidbit that you kind of latch onto and think, oh, well, I want to read more. Maybe just make that decision yourself, instead of going with the flock like a sheep." I read that and I'm like, my God, that is one of the most sheep things I've seen in a while. But I do understand if you want to keep the likes visible. I think it's honestly just to get a little bit of attention. I don't think they're probably going to go ahead and do it because pretty much everybody else disagrees with what I just said. So that's just me. I don't need a bunch of likes to get me to come into to a comment or a post. If I think it's interesting or might be interesting, I'm going to click on it. So that's just where I'm at with that. But anyways, that was my brief little rant off to the side there. We've got some important things to talk about today. Kamala Harris has picked a vice president. Oh, old Hawk to a Harris. Dislikes visible. Yeah, salty. That one actually might be good. Now that's YouTube, but well, YouTube took that away, I guess, unless you get the add-on. But yeah, salty's like, I want the dislikes visible so they know how much they suck. That would be fun. That would be fun. Yeah, X doesn't have a dislike button though. They just have likes. At least with like Facebook, you can do different emotes to show your excitement or displeasure or caring or love. Mm, That's a little bit different, I guess. But yeah, the you know, yeah, is what it is what it is. But anyways, so we're going to be talking about Kamala Harris's vice presidential decision. She has decided to go with Tim Walz. In my clever little title there, Kamala is going to waltz her way to defeat. Prince. He is maybe m- maybe he's insurance. Maybe he's an insurance policy to kind of like Joe Biden picked her to because she's so horrible, so awful. Um, yeah, you like that, Sterling? Oh, by the way, if you guys have not checked out Sterling, it's common censored on Rumble and X and I think YouTube. Yeah, yeah, YouTube as well because he usually cuts off at one point and then goes uh, to uh, to the juicy stuff. Hey, we got the McGroins. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Love the McGroin Nation. Check them out as well. That is a place where people can go and hang out. Typically a live stream up most of the time. Bounces around a little bit, but hey, I got promoted. Sweet. Is it Captain Squirrel Master? I don't know. Is it Master Sergeant? Sergeant Command Master? Speaking of Tim Walz, by the way, it's a little bit of stolen valor, maybe. He served. He was in the National Guard. He was, but Mr. Walz didn't ever serve in combat, and he kind of made it sound like he did. So, um, yeah, it's. I think it's. I honestly, salty saying. I think it is an insurance policy. I do because he is way more extreme than she is, even way more extreme. The stuff that he has done in Minnesota, first of all, is inexcusable. Um, there are some nasty rumors going around about Tim Walz. I might have some memes to show you later. Something to do with equine reproductive fluids. Something like a gallon of that had to be pumped out of his stomach. I don't think that's true, guys, but man, it sure is a funny thing to say, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Apparently, that's the joke. That's the joke that apparently him and some horse reproductive fluids, a whole gallon, he had to have his stomach pumped. That's the rumor that's going around. Um, yeah, we're gonna talk about how Tim Walz cut to the Somalis by with that flag. He is the epitome of, and I put it in the description on the down the I put it in the description. It's okay to be white, guys. That's not a racist thing to say. That is a fact. It is okay to be white. Ooh, wait a second. I'm a commissioned officer, ranked first lieutenant in the common censored info infantry. Which branch would you like to join? Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Space Force? I'm gonna go Space Force. Yep, Sterling, I'm going Space Force. Wasn't that anytime I think Space Force, wasn't that Spaceballs? Wasn't there something with Spaceballs and Space Force, I think? God, that's a good movie. I haven't watched it in years though. I was like probably 12 the last time I watched that. No, I'll go Space Force though, man. But yeah, go check Common Censored out. He's a Monday through Friday stream. Covers a lot of the same type of things that I do. He and I are honestly usually on the same wavelength on a lot of things. So his production value is just a tad bit higher. He's got way more going on than just a ticker at the top. I'll say that. He's got a great thing going on there. So highest ranking Space Force member. Sweet. Excellent. My plans. They're coming to fruition. One day I'll take over. But yeah, starts. I think his stream starts at 5:30 Central, and then goes to around 8:39, something like that. Ish is usually the end time for Common Sensory stream. So The Rebellion. What's up, Slyant? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. We have decent activity going on in the chat. Again, I forgot the full name, username, and it's not showing up for me right now, so I can't pull it up on the screen. But earlier, I did see that I had a $1 Rumble rant from J9128 or 198, something like that. So sorry, I can't remember your name, but appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. There were some people that are wanting to that were hanging out from the UK, I think Laura Connor, and then we've got, of course, no FCK US given. Clever little name, getting around some cursing if you like. I'm a little bit foul mouthed at times, so I honestly just will say what I want, but that's just me. Oh yes, fully. Hell yeah, hell yeah, I like it. Oh, my mouse is doing crazy things over here. It's the feds. Charge of the fully operational Death Star moon. Yes, sir, Salty's saying. That's what's happened. Good times for all, except the people who cross me. But yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit about the pick. We're going to talk about Tim Walz. We are going to then transition into, like I was saying, it's okay to be white, guys. We're going to transition into some stuff that's going on in the UK. Some very concerning stuff in the UK. It's not just a race thing there, but it's absolutely there's a race component. The UK is in chaos right now, and Keir Starmer, we've got some clips from this son of a bitch, Keir Starmer. He had the audacity to say something to the extent of, even those that are in the country are not in the country, that they will go after for whipping up dissent or unrest. And let me say this very clearly. I don't give a fuck what a prime minister of another country says. The people of Britain, the UK, should absolutely be rising up against the tyrannical apparatus that is squashing their free speech and their free expression and their safety. They are literally the Marxists. They are criminalizing the victims and locking up victims for daring to push back against some damn sand folk that came in and recently what spun this out of control was a Welsh-born. His name's like Abib, and he's Rwandan, second generation. So the parents, I don't know if they were legal immigrants or not, but clearly not part of the assimilation. They ended up ending 3 little girls at a Taylor Swift dance party. And it's got some the tempers are flared. Now, a lot of people will say, you know what, this isn't a good thing. This isn't yeah, no FKCUs given. Said he's a prat. I'm guessing that's similar to a twat. But yeah, he's a yeah, you guys want that's the thing. That's the thing. And here's the thing too. Even in America, read the Declaration of Independence every now and then. If that doesn't get you fired up and get your patriotic juices flowing and make you think, man, there's some similar things going on today. Now, I'm not advocating for violence. Absolutely not. I'm for getting your voice out there. And as far as I'm concerned, what we're seeing in the UK right now, it's not racist if you're just pushing back against a government that clearly doesn't give a fuck about the native population. They are absolutely the globalists are essentially conquistadors. Once removed, they are funding these operations to flood countries with third worlders. And I'm not sorry about this. Your culture is not equal to ours. Your culture is not equal to European culture. You can have your culture over there. Keep it over there. If you come to a European or a Western style country, assimilate or get the fuck out. Because we can't have stuff like what is currently going on over in the UK. We can't have what is affectionately referred to as no-go zones in Minnesota because of the Somali population. It's hilarious. I was listening to a show the other day, And this these liberal folks, this liberal woman was talking about how, well, we were so inclusive, and we were so inclusive and so diverse, and now our whole city council is just it's a whole city council of Muslims, and they literally have call to prayers over the loudspeakers 5 times a day, and they literally went and took out their inclusive for the rainbow crowd. Once the Muslims got in there, they are like, yeah, no, get the rainbow stuff out of here. Yeah. So that's, you get what you fucking deserve, lefties. You get what you fucking deserve. You can self-flagellate all you want. That's one of the things that about Tim Walz that pisses me off. And these pathetic, this that we're gonna watch a video later. It looks like a fucking hostage video, and it starts off with "Assalamu alaikum," which, is peace be upon you. It's nice, but also he's got the Muslim elders behind him, and it looks like a freaking hostage video, guys. It looks like a hostage video. I can't give any other explanation for what that is. That's a hostage video. He looks like he's about to be bent over the table and rammed. That's what it looks like. He's just like saying all these things, talking about how great this community is and how he feels so bad that they feel unsafe. I'm sorry, but the people that are getting raped and attacked by these third worlders, they're the ones that you should be concerned about. But that's the thing. They don't care about the victims. The victims are the ones that are criminalized. That's what happens in a societal breakdown. When Marxism takes over, the victim is the enemy. The victim is the one that did wrong. Very similar to what you saw with like the Antifa riots, the BLM riots. Anybody that would fight back against them, they were the ones getting arrested. Little soy boy twats, nope. Mostly because they're covering their face and they run away. They skitter away. You had situations where, quote unquote, Proud Boys and Antifa soy boys got in fights, and the Proud Boys hung around. They're like, oh, things are going to be great. We're going to tell them they attacked us first, and then we defended ourselves. And then what did the cops do? They arrested the freaking Proud Boys, the ones that were trustworthy of the police. And I'm not saying all cops. I'm not. But look into this little fact. There are literally departments in this country that will not hire somebody based on too high of an IQ score, because they want somebody who is who will follow orders and be a good dog. They don't want somebody challenging. So they absolutely look for people who are a little bit less intelligent in some departments. I'm not saying this is all departments, but it has been exposed. This has occurred. If somebody scored too high or was too independent of a thinker, they wouldn't hire them on as cops. So, oh, what's up, Sabaticus? Always trust the Israeli trained police. Yeah, hell no. Yeah, that's what Storling says. Sorry, guys, I got on a little bit of a tear there. The victims are the assholes. Yeah, that's what they act like. And it just gets downright frustrating at times to see that the ones that are righteous are the ones that are cast out or ostracized, and eventually it ends up coming back around. I don't know when it's going to come back around, but it will at some point. Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anything too intriguing. What's up, JJRSVL? Says what is that? Bleh. I think you were trying to do Bulldozer. Appreciate you joining, man. Appreciate you joining. That looks like a metal. I'm a bit of a rocker. I don't do any rock, but I like the music. A little All That Remains, a little Five Finger Death Punch. That's their first album was solid. Been very radio friendly since then, but that's right. You got the bleh. That probably sounds like crap on this. I'm so sorry for your ears. My bad. But Krav Maga kicks ass, though. You know what? The Israeli military is pretty solid, from what I understand. That sure would have been nice if they would have been able to stop October 7th from happening, huh? Sure would have been nice if they were able to step in after, instead of letting it go for 12 hours, huh? Yeah, sure would have been nice if the Israeli government wouldn't have let that happen, so that they could justify going into Gaza and doing all that they've been doing. Ooh, the parallels between that and 9/11. My goodness, guys. My goodness. As Netanyahu said, didn't he say it was something like 1,000 9/11s? Ooh, BB. No, sir. No, sir. That's a good song. I like Five Finger Death Punch for the most part. They've got some stuff that I'm just kind of like, I mean, hey, you experiment away, but yeah, Wrong Side of Heaven, good song. Their first album, White Knuckles, God, that's one of my Meet the Monster. If you haven't listened to Meet the Monster, that is such a good lifting song. Oh my God, such a good, just that start, that just ominous start of it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh man, I was jamming with my little boy. He's 16 months old. I was jamming with him to All That Remains and Kill Switch Engage the other day, and I'll do screams, and then he'll do a scream back to me. He'll go ah. Good times. He likes jumping, and he starts once he gets a good one. Once he hears a good one that he likes the beat, he'll start like bouncing on me. He's having a good time. Actually, gonna be going to a concert. Gonna be going to see Falling in Reverse, and so I'm guessing Alex Terrible, or at least I hope Alex Terrible and Tech Nine are going to be at least hanging out because they've got a part to play in Ronald. Whew, it's a brutal song. We might play a song later. Hell, who knows? I don't know. I've got some stuff at the end. This has been a long intro, guys. We're at 25 minutes, by the way. Oh, so Sliant, you like the vid? Oh, the vid for Wrong Side of Heaven? No. Oh, I definitely could. I didn't mean to pin that one, but no, that's yeah, I probably will later. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Hell, if you guys want me to play a music video later, if you want to be sure that I will see it, you can do a little Rumble rant if you want, highlights it and everything. Or if you wanted to subscribe to the channel for $5 a month, your name and your comment shows up in a little faint highlight of red. It's a little calming reddish tint behind your comment and your name. And you get emotes. I haven't added to those yet. I've been saying it to the subscribers that we do have. Appreciate the hell out of you. And I will be adding to those. I know I keep saying that. I've got it pulled up on my phone. I'm going to figure out a place to get them actually on my laptop, because I am going to tinker with the Rumble Studio and incorporate some media. I've got some sound bites, some stuff that I recorded that I want to get after. But dude, it is so freaking good. Ronald is I don't have any problems with the song at all. It's everywhere. It's like you're starting out in a first person shooter, then Tech Nine popping up. Hey, what's up? $5 from Lord Sterling. Appreciate you, man. I'm gonna pull this up. Yeah, this is a $5 Rumble rant from Lord Sterling. Appreciate the hell out of you, man. We've got E. There we go. There's the re. If my boy was not sleeping on the other side, I would have been louder. But he slumbers. He slumbers on the other side. But no, Falling in Reverse, they are all over the place. Great stuff. I am looking forward to seeing them in concert up in St. Louis. So it's going to be a damn good time. Damn good time. All right, we got see Sabbaticus. All right. Let's see. So let's go ahead and finish out the intro real quick. I'm all over the place. I'm squirreling hard. Sterling, maybe I should be the Commander Squirrel. At least today, anyways. After we get done talking about the UK and all the nonsense going on there, we are going to go ahead and roll into a discussion about the Missouri primaries and the squad. The squad is being slowly chipped away at, fellas and ladies. The few ladies that do watch, I appreciate you. Cori Bush lost her primary to another Democrat. Not as all as it seems, in my opinion, with that, though. I've got her response, which is honestly kind of sad, but also kind of like, my opinion. Okay, I'm in Missouri. I'm in Southeast Missouri. So I'm a little bit further south than Mrs. Cori Bush, or Miss Cori Bush. I doubt she's actually. Oh, damn. What's up, Sliant? Yeah, buddy. All right. You got a video? I will be pulling that up later. We've got a $1 Rumble rant from Sliant. Not sure what the video is, but we will play that later, and it should stay in my. If you Rumble rant, it has a separate thing in Rumble Studio for donations, so that I will be able to go back and find those a little bit easier. But heck yeah, appreciate the hell out of you guys. Anytime someone feels the inclination to send a Rumble rant, it is available. Nobody ever has to give me any money, though. But if you want to, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. But all right. So after we get done, so we're going to be talking about Cori Bush. We're going to be talking because I think that's two squad members that are down. Yeah, Jamal Bowman Mr. Fire, Mr. Fire Alarm. He just didn't know, guys. This guy was a superintendent, I believe. He just didn't know. He didn't know that pulling the fire alarm would cause the fire alarm to go off. Mm-hmm. No, that dude was trying to stop a vote that he didn't like. Last time some people did that, they faced 10 to 20 years in prison and might be on solitary confinement for 2 or 3 years and are called domestic terrorists. Yeah. Participants of Certification Day 2021, also known as J6, but I do my best not to call it J6 because that is mind control, fellas and ladies. That is mind control. That is a way for them to get it stuck in your brain. Like you hear 9/11, it instills a sense of, sadness and remembrance. They use J6, same way. Political prisoners that they are, most of them. If you were attacking cops for no reason, it's a bit of a problem. Don't do that. Let's see. I feign Sabbaticus. I feign ignorance. I feign ignorance when I emergency stop escalators. Yeah, exactly. It was just a happy accident. So Bowman was out. Now Cori Bush is out. She is honestly, as a Missourian, she is one of the Missourians that is a horrible example for the rest of the country, in my opinion. Cori Bush is one of the dumbest people to be in Congress. She's got to be one of the dumbest. The person who beat her, though, is backed by AIPAC. So maybe not all is as it seems. Oh no, we're going to play her a little clip later. We're going to talk about it. We are then going to roll into Black Monday, or the stock market crash, dollar bill apocalypse. The dollar bill apocalypse, guys. On Monday, I was on X because I'm probably on that site too much. I went for years without having a Twitter, and I technically never got a Twitter account. I didn't create an account until it was technically X. So I know, that's a very weaselly way to do that, but that was my own little silly way of justifying it. I was watching the Japan freak out. It started in Japan, then I guess Korea, and then China, I think, was affected as well. And then the NASDAQ dropped like 1,000 points, which is the most in history for quote unquote fears of a recession, y'all. Fears of a recession. I'm pretty sure a recession is 3/4, or is it 3/4 or 3 months of a shrinkage? It's a little chilly in this economy. We've been in a recession. The numbers are manipulated in a way to act like we haven't been, but we've absolutely been in a recession. You go to the damn store, you go to the gas pump, you see it, guys. The inflation is there. The inflation is such a vicious tax upon the poor. It's a tax upon everybody, but it's an inadvertent or indirect. That's the word I was looking for. An indirect tax on the poor, and people are hurting. Like I think I said this last stream. 3-4 years ago, you'd go to Aldi, spend $75, and have a cart full. Now, that same cart, same stuff, you're looking at about 130, 150 bucks. And people are feeling that. People don't spend as much when they can't afford the basic necessities. Why are you going to spend extra? It doesn't make sense, right? It's hurting. It's hurting people. So, fears of a recession. Very odd. Very odd way to say that. Ooh, a prime rib sandwich. That does sound good. Oh my gosh. You guys are getting after it. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't liked the stream yet, give the stream a like. If you want to comment in the comment section, it is there for you to do with what you will. I think I said that right. The stock market stuff, I don't have a lot of I am a poor, so that doesn't affect me as much. I talked with some people that it was really hurting what was going on. The people that were holding Bitcoin, I think it dropped down to like 30,000 or something like that. And I think it's high. It was close to 100 at some point, like 60 or 70. But it does indirectly affect people like me, though. Like people like the plebs, it will affect you. It's rampant speculation. I hate the stock market, okay? Because the problem with the stock market, let me get my chair up a little higher. The problem with the stock market it is based on speculation, anxiety, fear, and panic. That's kind of the vibe that I get. I'm not an expert on this by any means, but that's the vibe that I get. You end up having people freak the heck out, and you have a bunch of people running around like chickens with their heads cut off, and then that causes people to sell, and that causes people to, it's a vicious cycle, and it is so easily manipulated by headlines and news stories that I really, really wish we didn't have as much weight in the stock market as we do for our economy's health. But that's just me. What is up, Sabaticus? Thank you so much for the $5 Rumble rant. You, sir, are a Chadley individual. I don't know if I've seen you in chat before, man, or woman. I'm not going to assume your gender. Zer Zem. Thank you so much. He says, "Yeah, you seem like a good one." Well, I appreciate that, Sabaticus. It's just to lull you into a false sense of security and complacency. And then the tables will turn. No, seriously though, thank you guys so much. I definitely appreciate it. Be gentle. Oh. Demon, what are you guys talking about? Good lord. Was that your first time hanging out in the stream? Well, welcome, sir. Welcome to any people watching for the first time. Hi, how you doing? Appreciate you hanging out. If you haven't followed the channel, it's BillDozer74 here. I'm also on X at BillDozer74 _ or Dozer74. And I'm on YouTube. I saw there was one person on YouTube. I saw you. You went away really quick, and I didn't even mention you this time. But there was one person watching on YouTube, and usually whenever I mention the one or two people that are on YouTube, 5 seconds later, they're gone. So I was like, oh, maybe I won't mention them, and they'll hang out. But I'm on X as well. I need to check on my folks. We'll go folks. We'll do gender neutral. Gonna be lady fellas, right? Lady fellas, like that boxer. Let me see here. We got 22 people watching on X. To all you lovely individuals on X, thank you. Glad you're here. It's been a little bit of a lengthy intro. We're at 37 minutes, guys. We'll get around to the actual stories in a minute. I swear to God, it's going to happen at some point. You guys got me going in the chat, though. It's like you guys planned this or something. Pinning that to the top. Again, we are at like 1,100 followers on X. Awesome stuff. Why are you throwing shade? You throwing shade at the Geeks and Gamers crowd? Hey, Ryan was on We Are Change with Luke Rudkowski earlier. Good chat. Yeah. I wonder what gotta check what emote, because you're putting an emote in chat there, aren't you? Doesn't show up on... That is one thing I want them to improve on with Rumble. I do want them to improve the chat. I wonder, I should be able to see it. No? Oh, well. We do have pop-out chat, though. That's cool. That's a cool thing that popped up a couple streams ago. But, yeah. But, yeah, I do wish that I wish that in Rumble Studio for the creators, for the people hosting the stream, I wish it was more similar to what you see on the live chat in browser, so that I could actually see some of the stuff like the emotes and stuff, because I think you're putting an emote there, but I can't see it. OBJ? I think that's what it says. I don't know. But anyways, so we're going to be talking about the stock market stuff, and we do actually have two kind of little side things at the end of my streams, guys. If you are here for the first time, I do a few news stories, a few serious things, and then the last bit of the stream I like to dedicate to either a white pill or something interesting. Could be science related, could just be random information about some cool thing that I found. Good deal. It was really small. Oh, that's what she said. Sterling said it popped up in the chat on screen, just really small. It was very tiny, little tiny emote. Hey, there's a YouTube person. What's up, YouTube person? Don't run away just because I mentioned you. I love you. Hang out with me a little bit longer. Every time, almost every time, as soon as I mention them, they go away. And they're gone. Breath mint. I'm sorry. Got my Pepsi Zero here. Horrible, I know. Probably slowly pickling my insides with aspartame. It's a bit of a neurotoxin. So I've got a couple fun stories at the end that we're gonna do. Fed. They're so shy. They're so shy. You gotta be quiet. You gotta be real quiet. You gotta walk up, real slow. Preferably don't, avoid any twigs. You don't want to make loud noises or sudden movements with those YouTube watchers. I only have like 13 subscribers on YouTube, by the way, and only like 1 or 2 views per video. Rumble is my home. I'm going to put my content where I can though. I need to get better. Oh, it was JJ. What's it was J. It was JJRSVL. He said, "I am ubiquitous." Thanks for hanging out on YouTube as well, JJRSVL. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. But like I was saying, I'm going to be putting my content where I can. I need to start putting it back on BitChute. I am not sure if there is a live stream option. What's up, Ginger277? Rumble rocks. Screw YouTube. I agree. Oh wait, I meant to pick up the other one. But yes, screw YouTube. But I am going to put my content there. Figure why not? I've had a copyright strike, or one of my videos got hidden or something. It actually had 5 or 6 views on that video, which was more than the others. But yeah, I'm going to put it where I can. Like I said, we've got a little lady who's packing some heat. That's our last topic. And then before we get into that, we are going to be talking about some stuff from Ashton Forbes. Just as brief little nibble of the stuff that Ashton Forbes has been doing. He's the one who came out a few months back with the MH370, the Malaysian Airlines plane that disappeared. There's a lot of evidence that would indicate that might have gotten snagged out of the sky via high technology that we don't know about. Really fascinating videos. There are some that say that it's been disproven, but the disproving isn't that convincing, in my opinion. It's okay, wait, chirp. You guys might be hearing cicadas. All right, I ain't got no chirp going on in my house. There is no phantom beep in this house. We got the plug-in ones. Oh. Dare to speak the truth. Uh-oh. Yeah. I got a bit of a strike. I don't know if it was a strike, but it was like a copyright warning, and it highlighted it in yellow. I played a brief clip of something, but yeah, you know what? Like I said, Rumble's my home. This is the free speech platform, and we're going to be talking the last 2 topics: little girl packing heat, and then Ashton Forbes. He's got an interesting little post that he made earlier today, and I've got it bookmarked, so I should be able to pull it up pretty quickly. Yeah. It's right there. I actually just popped it up. Just a little bit of interesting commentary from the WikiLeaks about the Vatican and ETs and stuff. Just a brief one. It's a rabbit hole that we could go down. It is a hell of a rabbit hole we could go down. I'm Catholic, but I hate the Big C Catholic Church. I would probably get excommunicated if I made my feelings known to the Pope, for instance. I think a lot of the people up in high places of power in the Vatican are fans of the playground that should be met with scaphism. That's my opinion. I think if you wanted to get serious about what happened with the Catholic Church, maybe you should have put people up on the wall that hurt kids. I think that would have been a damn good message. That would have gotten a little bit of faith from your flock, in my opinion, and it would have been a little bit better for your image. But instead, they moved people around. They shuffled them like a deck of cards, a deck of pedophilic cards. Whew, not good. And I don't. Just as I don't like mega churches, essentially the Vatican is like the OG mega church. So yeah. Bit of a problem with the Big C Church. I like the Little C Church, and I like my small Catholic communities. Good folks. We usually do decent things with the Knights of Columbus. So we do a little volunteering every now and then. I don't get as active as I want to be, but I never did the 2nd or 3rd degrees. I just did the first one, and that was kind of weird. I ain't even gonna. There's some weird stuff. They don't do it anymore, but they used to have a weird little intro thing. mock Skull and Bones stuff. It was weird. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was looking at it like, and I know I was, this was years ago, but even then I was like, yeah, I know what this is, and this is a cult symbology, and we don't need to be doing this. I'm not part of this, so I'll go and volunteer, but I ain't doing that weird shit. And they stopped doing it. So, but it was weird. It was weird. Um, touch it. What? What are you talking? Oh yeah, we're talking about the Catholic Church. No, I will not touch my toes right now. That is a good stretch, though. Just make sure you don't have a priest behind you. Mm, yeah. Yeah, I think we have a commie pope right now. Although sometimes he's based and talks about the faggotry within the church, so that's kind of interesting. YouTube. I'm still there, probably. We'll see. But anyways, before we get into the first story, Rumble offers the Rumble Ad Center. Let's go ahead and do a brief ad read from 1775coffee.com. Do you want to make sure that you're alert and aware just in case shit hits the fan? Well, make sure you've got your go-go juice. 1775coffee.com. It's time to say goodbye to Starbucks and say hello to Rumble's 1775 coffee. Unlike the other brands, this is a coffee that backs free speech and is unapologetic about it. Visit 1775coffee.com. Use the promo code STUDIO40 to get 40% off on any coffee subscription. The coffee comes in medium and dark roasts. Excuse me. Oh, it's almost like I had some earlier. I didn't. I had Pepsi Zero. But if they wanted to send me some coffee, I'd drink it though. It also comes in pea berry, which is similar to Kona coffee. In other words, this stuff is premium, and pea berry is just fun to say. Pea berry. That's a blend. Click the link in the live chat or the description. You can also go directly to 1775coffee.com and use the promo code STUDIO40 to get 40% off today. Check it out, guys. 1775coffee.com. From what I've heard, it's actually really good coffee. Of course, Jeremy from the Cord Ring has beef with it because he's got his coffee brand coffee. But if you want to check out a different flavor, go check them out. There will be a link there in the description. Yeah, give them a look. Appreciate you guys, Baron. Appreciate you guys hanging through that. Try not to do too many of those during the stream. Every now and then I might do one, though, so I do appreciate you guys. Our first topic, we're going to be talking extensively about the VP pick, Tim Walz. Tim Walz is a damn commie. Let's just go ahead and get that out the way. He is also, in my opinion, probably an insurance policy for Kamala. If we have anything to go on with how when Biden picked Kamala, first of all, it was a DEI pick. We know that. He literally said he wanted a black female. Apparently, there is some confusion about her race. She is Jamaican/Indian. And then I heard the other day that her dad might technically be Indian but lived in Jamaica. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think that needs to be the main focus for Kamala, but it's absolutely worth pointing it out that she's a freaking hypocrite and will use race for political gain. In one breath, she's Indian or South Asian. In the next, oh, she's black now. It's like Trump. Oh, she's black. Oh, I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't even know she was black. She used to be Indian, and then she changed it up. Doesn't need to be the main focus, but it is worth pointing out the pander. The pander is strong with that one. Oh, Skinwalker. Kamala Khan. Yeah, it's I never went Salt Dumpster, said agreed. I went to a Big C elementary school. Shit was a cult. I've heard a lot of bad experiences from Catholic schools, and I hate that so much. I really do. And that's one of the things that I hate, like when people complain about religion. And usually when you talk to them about it, their problem isn't with religion. Oh, Salt. Assault when you actually talk to somebody about their issues with it, it usually boils down to a problem with humanity. When man gets involved and starts fucking it up, that's when people have a problem with it because men muddy the waters. Man is flawed as hell. And there are some messed up people that get involved in places of power, like the church, like the schools, and they'll give the whole institution a bad name. The response is the problem. That's my biggest thing. Um, the biggest difference between this and 1487 coffee, I don't know. Didn't even know there was a 1487 coffee. What happened in 1487? Is that an important date? I know Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492, right? Isn't that that little rhyme they taught you in elementary school? I don't even know if they teach that anymore. They like to stay away from Columbus Day. Yeah, I'm going to tell my kids about it. Even if the school won't teach them, I'm going to teach them about the history. And we'll probably talk about the stuff that was bad too, because guess what? History ain't pretty. Like I said, humans are flawed. We do some messed up stuff sometimes. It happens. But anyways, Tim Walz. He is one of the most interesting. I didn't expect Walz to be the guy. I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Shapiro. And I guess technically it still could be because the response to Walz is not good. It's not. People are bringing out the stolen valor issue, and it's he was serving in the National Guard. He was serving, and he helped with like disaster recovery and stuff like that in other places. I think he might have gone overseas to help recover, like help with some disaster areas, but he never served in combat. And there is a video of him claiming, and first of all, his stance on the Second Amendment is absolute dog shit. He's talking about weapons of war. He was talking about weapons of war and how, the ones he used in war. He never served in combat. He wasn't using any weapons in war. It's disingenuous, and that's a lie. We got a clip here from J.D. Vance about that. I don't have the specific one. I thought I had that pulled up. But, let me go ahead and share this real quick. Thanks, Thanks, JJRSVL. Appreciate you, bud. Said he's still on YouTube, can't chat, works the swing shift, listening here and on Rumble. You're awesome, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, he did a long time in the service. He was in there for like 20 years as a National Guard member, but he lied about his service. He lied about the specifics of his service, and that is absolutely not okay. It's not okay to do that. I'm not saying that you didn't do good necessarily, but you lied about the specific type of service. So that's a problem. Let's go ahead and pull this little clip from Mr. JD Vance. JD actually pulled a Chad move. Kamala's plane, I guess Air Force Two, and his plane landed around the same time, and he walked over with his crew to talk to the media and just throw shade at Kamala about how she's not been talking to the media because Kamala can't talk. She can't justify her defense, her positions. She doesn't have any positions, guys. She's just a Marxist revolutionary. People are acting like she's an establishment. She is not. She is not establishment. She is far left, very far left. Very concerning. She should never have been that close to the presidency. Never. But, it is what it is now. Let's go ahead and pull this one up here from JD Vance. You guys let me know in the chat if it's too loud.
Tim Walz, when were you ever in war?
Quiet.
What was this weapon that you carried into war, given that you abandoned your unit right before they went to Iraq, and he has not spent a day in a combat zone? What bothers me about Tim Walz is the stolen valor garbage. Do not pretend to be something that you're not. I'd be ashamed if I was him and I lied about my military service like he did. Well, I wonder, Tim Walz, when were you ever in war?
Thanks, Ginger.
What was this weapon that you carried into war?
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't go into war. He wasn't carrying any weapons in war. Here's another one. This clip right here. If this doesn't get you, if this doesn't get you pissed off,
I think we need to push back on this. There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy. I think we need to push back on this. There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.
literal contempt for the First Amendment of the United States. Absolutely garbage piece of trash. Absolutely garbage. This is also the guy that cucked so hard to the Somalis that they imported into the country that they changed their state flag. They changed their state flag to essentially what looks like the Somali flag. Let me see if I can find that really quick. And he does the creepy politician thing where they do like try to act organic. The Democrats have to act organic because they're not real guys. they're either lizard people or robots. I swear at this point. It's so cringy when they try to do this authentic, like, oh, I'm gonna just we've got all these cameras and lighting and set up, and I'm just now calling this person completely organically to tell them that they got the spot. Come on now. Come on. Do people buy this? Do people really buy this crap? That's my thing. Are there people actually dumb enough that they just lap it up like kittens to warm milk? Legit pod people. Yeah, it's, they do the and then attack anything that's different. They just accept it. They accept the propaganda because it makes them comfortable. That's the only thing I can think is to think outside of it would cause cognitive dissonance, and they're not able to do it. That's my thought. So let me see if I can find this really quick. We're going to do some research on the fly here. And I'm not going to lie, X has been amazing as far as news and information. So great stuff on X it's a great news resource. It is honestly better than Google. And Brave, I like to use Brave browser if I can. But it's not as great, it's still technically in beta, I think, but I do try to use Brave browser if I can. So let me see. Somali flag. There it is. We got it right here. Check this out. Check this crap out. It's not, they have to act. They can't have normal, they just can't be normal. Where you at here? Let me see if I can find something with sound. Ooh. Well, that's not what I wanted.
All right, ready. Whoa, wait a minute.
Look at that. Nice state flag, right? Apparently the indigenous population, the Native Americans were offended by it. So this is your response? Oh, they say it has nothing to do with Somalia?
There, that's better. All right, ready.
Yeah,
Whoa,
well, okay, if it has nothing to do with Somalia, look at that. Look at this flag over here. See where my little cursor is? See that little flag there? Nothing to do with Somalia. Nothing at all. Just like that, just like the mockery of the Last Supper. That wasn't what that was, guys. Don't believe your lying eyes, you bigot. You guys are bigots if you think that flag over here has any similarity to any of these flags here. These self-flagellating whites piss me the hell off. You flagellate and drop to your knees in front of anything with any increased amount of melanin in their skin. You are pathetic. It's absolutely cringy. It is absolutely beta cuck faggotry, in my opinion. You can have diversity. You can. You can have diversity, but it does not mean that you just give up and let in invading force, which is what happened in Minnesota. They imported a bunch of Somalis, and now they literally have no-go zones. They literally will take over where they are placed. They were planted there. So, I mean, yeah, diversity is our strength. What is it? War is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength. Well, 1984 for you there. That's what it's about. That's what they want. That's what they want. That's what people like Tim Walz, that's what they want. Got another comment there from JJRSVL on YouTube. Yeah, it salty. They don't even like the Somalis in Africa. Ooh. Speaking of Somalis, Ilhan. We're going to talk about her in a little bit, guys. We're going to talk about her in a little bit. She might actually there might be a chance. She might be the third member of the squad to fall. Speaking of degenerate things, Ilhan Omar and her brother. Apparently, Tim Walz might have guzzled a gallon of horse jizz. That's a rumor. It's a rumor, but it sure is a funny one, damn it. Said his story was that he had to have his stomach pumped because of all the fluid. It's funny. It's better in the couch story they try to push for JD Vance. They try to say that he was like he screwed a couch or something. Apparently that's taken like completely. It's like a misquote from his book. I haven't read Hillbilly Elegy. Maybe at some point I will. I don't know. But yeah, they keep trying to say that he screwed a couch, and apparently that's a lie. So. Oh yeah. So pulled McGroin, we are actually going to be talking about that after not this topic, not the next topic, but the third topic. And I'm in Missouri, so that's right in my backyard. Well, not literally, but it's a few hours away. Yeah, Cori Bush lost her spot. She lost her primary to a Democrat. I think his last name is Wells or Wellesley, something like that. But he is kind of backed by AIPAC. So while it's good that she's out because she is a serious problem, AIPAC has its tendrils all throughout our government, and they need to be removed. I'm happy Cori Bush is out because she's an idiot, and I hate that she represents Missouri in any fashion whatsoever because she's a fucking twat. Not a smart woman. Not a smart woman. When pressed on issues, she has no answers. She has platitudes. She has phrases. She has slogans. That's it. Just like Kamala. Kamala right now, you ask her about policy or position, she ain't got nothing. See, it is about the passage of time. That was my best Kamala. I have nothing else. Smash that like button. Agreed. Smash it. Tap it. Give it a good little caress. Caress the like button. It used to be a plus. People affectionately referred to it as the plussy. So we can't do that anymore. It's a thumbs up. It's a like. So smash that like button. It's there. Just asking. There's also this awesome button, this red subscribe button. It's a beautiful red subscribe button. If you click it, you'll definitely enjoy it. I don't know where I was going with that. I lost steam midway through my Trump impression there. I don't know if it's more of a Trump or a Fauci. Ugh. No, Fauci is more like this. This is a little bit more guttural, talking about COVID and the COVID-19. Put your mask on. I hate that bastard. He long live the okay. Yes. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, did we freeze? Oh no. Okay, we're back. Long live the plussy. No, you didn't type that. No! Damn it. You forgot the L, Jacob Castro. You forgot the L, and I just put that up on there. I pinned it. Hopefully it wasn't up that long. Shit. We are up to almost 30 people watching right now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Like the stream. Follow the channel if you haven't. There's some potential with the Fauci impersonation. All right. I'll take it. Yeah, the Fauci gnome, the Keebler elf. That was actually one of my best, my most viewed videos here. I had like almost 9,000 views on that video with the it's the Fauci's face on the Keebler elf, and yeah, we had a lot to talk. Yeah, the autocorrect was asso. It sure was asso. I put that up there. I should have read a little bit better. Oh goodness, 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 goodness. That's all right. It's all right. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. We'll make it through this, guys. We'll make it through this, you and I. Oh, we've been derailed. We've been derailed. Back to the topic at hand. Tim Walz, he's a commie. He is a literal contempt. That clip that we played earlier, literal contempt for freedom of speech. His wife, okay, during the summer of love, during the riots, during letting the cities burn in Minnesota because of St. Floyd, right? Old Fentanyl Floyd. She said they opened the windows so that they could smell the tires burning, so that they could feel right along with everybody. Okay, instead of feeling along with everybody, how about you use your state's National Guard and go in and stop the absolute anarchy that was going on? I have my anarchist moments, don't get me wrong. But also, and this is one of my beefs that I have with Trump, and I want him to do a better job next time of when the states don't protect the citizens, protect the innocent, when the states don't do their fucking jobs. That's actually a time where I'm perfectly fine with the federal government sending in troops to squash that nonsense, squash the violence, protect the citizens who actually try to do the right thing. That is not so damn hard, is it? Is it that hard to protect the people who are being victimized? Huh? Is it that hard? If you fight back, then you're the one that's in trouble? Screw that crap. Screw that crap. You let cities burn, Tim Walz. You are a disgusting individual. And the dude, if you looked at him, he looks old as hell, right? That dude is 60 years old, I think. I need to make sure about that because that could be fake news. But I read that he was like 60 years old. He's not an old guy, but he sure looks old. Let me make sure. So what is YouTube? Here for Castro, you're here for the derailment, huh? Yeah. I got my squirrel moments, guys. I got my squirrel moments. I hope you embrace my ADD as I have. Undiagnosed, of course. Might be a thing, who knows? Apparently, whenever I was in kindergarten, I did not mesh with social norms and had to do a lot of work on the side with this lovely lady named Miss Cantrell. She was awesome. She worked a lot with me and made it to where I actually could function with normal kids. It was nice. Turns out, though, the right trigger word, and I might just go off. Miss Cantrell's plan is 30-something years in the making, guys. I'm sure she's long since passed. She was a lovely lady. I figured when I was in kindergarten, I said, that woman's not my mom. Why do I got to listen to her, huh? But now we got some things done. All right, let's see. Yeah, Trump offered to send in troops. He did. And they said, no, we're good. They said, no, we're good. We'll let the burning continue. We were chilly. It's up there it's in Minnesota. It was cold, I guess, right? It was the summer. That joke doesn't even make sense. We getting some spiciness in the chat, I see. Little spicy. Not putting that comment up. Can't do it. Oh, interesting commentary there. But I guess it's already up in here. But hey, whatever. Let's see. So Tim Walz. Let me look back in my bookmarks because I think I had some more stuff for him specifically. If not, that's okay too. Let me look here. That might have been all I had for Tim Walz. Honestly, I mean, the biggest thing to think about with him, the stolen valor thing. It's an issue. It is. It's despicable. But hey, we're up to 30 people watching right now on Rumble. Heck yeah, Rumble for the win, guys. And we are up to. Let me see. Where are we at? Where are we at on X, guys? By the way, if you haven't followed me over on X, go ahead and give me a follow. I just broke 1,100 followers over there, and I do believe most of them are real people because I think X has actually been taking out bots. We're at 28 people watching, so we're almost at 60 people across platform right now. Hell yes. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Appreciate you guys. Normally, I do stream normally Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Central. I am probably going to find another night to start streaming, guys. I've been seeing good numbers. I like this. Looks like you guys like this. So, I do this to inform and entertain. That is the purpose of this channel. It's a side hobby. I enjoy doing it. If, like I said earlier, if it can keep me from, having to do DoorDash in the evenings, I will absolutely put my energy into this. It's not about that 100. It's not all about that, though. Like I said, nobody ever has to give me anything. I'm here because I want to inform, and I want to do it in a hopefully somewhat entertaining manner. That's the goal. That is the goal. So, real quick, I actually have an article here from The Hill. Not a friendly to what would be considered our side source, but that's one of the things that I like to do. I like to find things that challenge me and cause me to. I like to find things I disagree with because it makes my position stronger, and that's something that you can do in your own life. Find the things that are going to bring cognitive dissonance within yourself because it will refine your perspectives and it will make you a better conversationalist when it comes to these things. That's my opinion. So, McGroin. We got pulled McGroin there. Hanging out in the chat. Said that grew up in Roseburg in Oregon. Oh my gosh, I am sorry. Unless it was better back then. Who knows? Oh, so there it was. There it was. So apparently, Paul McGroin said that grew up east of Rosenberg in Oregon, attended OIT, and was extremely conservative there during that time. The move-ins have shifted it a tad, but not much. Okay, well, there's some places in Oregon, I guess, that are worth hanging around. But we've got this. Oh, my brother just sent me a text. Talked about he's got a little spot of land, and was talking about if it floods enough because he's right by a little stream, and he's got a good little homesteading operation. He's got chickens and turkeys and bunnies and all kinds of stuff. But it's a fun little comment from him. Oh, we got more McGroin. What is up, McGroin Nation? Check them out. They are on Rumble, usually a live stream going most of the time. Sometimes there's music, sometimes there's not. Sometimes there are clips of impactful speeches throughout history. Just a place to connect, and they'll let you share out your channel there if you're a content creator, usually in the comments, not in the live chat. Although sometimes I think the moderators might post in the live chat as well. But yeah, McGroin Nation, always welcome. Appreciate you guys. Go check them out. Absolutely. Right there. Just hang out and chat if you want. We are going to go ahead and pull up this article real quick about, we watched a little video earlier of Vance kind of giving a little bit of heat to Walz on his military service. We're not going to watch the clip here. We are going to do a little bit of a read, though. And this is from The Hill. Vance hits Walz over his military service by Caroline Vakil. Senator J.D. Vance of Ohio, the GOP vice presidential nominee, criticized. Lord, I lost my spot there for a second. Contacts are drying out on me. My bad. Criticized Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, Democrat, Vice President Harris's running mate over his military service, saying Wednesday, the governor should not pretend to be something that you're not. Vance was asked by a reporter to respond to Walz's criticism that the Ohio senator's Silicon Valley backing and Ivy League education made him a part of the elite. I came from a family where nobody in my family had ever gone to law school, Vance said at a campaign event in Michigan. I grew up in a poor family. The fact that Tim Walz wants to turn it into a bad thing, that I actually worked myself through college, through law school, and made something of myself, to me, that's the American dream. And if Tim Walz wants to insult it, I think that's, frankly, pretty bizarre. You know what? Maybe it was even kind of weird. So the Ohio senator, a Marine veteran, suggested that Walz was being insincere about his military background. I would agree. You know what really bothers me about Tim Walz is, as a Marine who served his country in uniform when the United States Marine Corps, when the United States of America asked me to go to Iraq to serve my country, I did it. I did what they wanted me to, what they asked me to do it, and I did it honorably, and I'm very proud of that service. Vance said. When Tim Walz was asked by his country to go to Iraq, you know what he did? He dropped out of the army and allowed his units to go without him. That is a thing that happened. Walsh spent 2 dozen years in the Army National Guard, where he was deployed overseas for a few months on active duty, and whose responsibilities also included tornado response and flood fights. According to Minnesota Public Records, Walsh didn't see combat. So his comment about carrying weapons of war, a little bit disingenuous, guys, a little bit disingenuous. Walz left the Army National Guard for a congressional bid, according to the Star Tribune. Vance also hit Walz over a past video shared by the Harris campaign in which Walz said he carried weapons during war. The Ohio GOP senator questioned whether Walz had ever been in a war or carried a weapon into war. Vance worked as a combat correspondent and spent some time in Iraq, according to the Army Times. Dude was a Marine. He went over there and he served. He probably had to do things nobody wants to do. Excuse me. So what bothers me about Tim is the stolen valor garbage. Vance said, "Do not pretend to be something that you're not. And if he wants to criticize me for getting an Ivy League education, I'm proud of the fact that my mama supported me, that I was able to make something of myself. I'd be ashamed if I was him and I lied about military service like he did." Walsh was formally selected as Harris's running mate on Tuesday. The two had held their first campaign event together that day in Philadelphia. The Harris campaign defended Walz in a statement to The Hill. After 24 years of military service, Governor Walz retired in 2005 and ran for Congress, where he chaired Veterans Affairs and was a tireless advocate for our men and women in uniform. And as Vice President of the United States, he will continue to be a relentless champion for our veterans and military families, the campaign said. Yeah, of course. I had to end it on a good note for him, didn't you, The Hill? Again, we read those things. We read from sources that sometimes we disagree with, so that it makes us a little bit better at defending our positions. Yeah, weird was definitely the statement. It was the NPC meme, guys. It was the NPC meme. They took out one chip and they input call him weird. That's what happened. The NPC meme lives on in infamy with this crowd. And it doesn't take too many news personalities saying something for them to start parroting it like the good little sheep that they are. You see it on X. It's all over. JD's weird. What a traditional American values? That's weird to you? Okay, you know what? I'm fine with being weird. I don't want to be considered normal anyways. That's where I'm at. Being weird is fun, in my opinion. And honestly, you got to look at who's calling you weird. If it's the party that wants to literally let 6-year-olds transition, Walz literally held a gathering of trainee weirdos and their kids that are also trans now because it just happens like that. It's just genetic. It's just absolutely, and it's not environmental. It's not influence from the weird satanic individuals that are around the children. No. The inverse is good. The inverse of truth and righteousness. That is what we need to embrace, guys. Today's someone's socialism is another person's neighborliness. That's a direct quote from Governor Walz. Literal socialist. Literal. This is the guy they picked. Are they I would say, are they trying to lose? But guys, I think more people are waking up. So I'm not going to say that the voters are fucking retarded, but there's a lot of voters that are pretty damn stupid. And at a certain point, it's willful ignorance, okay? That's something that bothers me. When you willfully keep your head in the sand, I have a problem with you. And don't act like you actually deserve a spot at the table when it comes to talking about these conversations. If you're willfully ignorant, you don't. You don't have near as much weight intellectually, socially. No. Look into it or shut the hell up. Get informed, or I don't want to talk. I'll help inform you if you're open to that. I'll absolutely help inform somebody who's ignorant, because there's nothing wrong with ignorance if it's passive ignorance. When it's active, weaponized ignorance, that I have a problem with. And it is absolutely detrimental to this country, the amount of weaponized ignorance. It's not a poll tax to expect people to be aware or cognizant of some of the issues that face the country, cognizant of some of the impactful topics that their candidates might actually represent. We just had our primaries here in Missouri yesterday on the 6th. And when I get to the ballot, if I see somebody that I'm not sure of, I don't just vote for them. I actually start doing some research. It usually takes me about 30 to 40 minutes to vote, because some of the things that pop up, either you didn't see on Ballotpedia, or they didn't have everything for your county or something like that. And I want to be aware of what I'm voting for. We had 2 initiatives to be put on the ballot for November. One of them was to increase funding for Kansas City police or something like that. And another one, which I think I voted for that one, it was for more training. All right, get some more training, do that. But is it going to be used appropriately? That's the problem with taxes, guys. One of the other initiatives that was on the Missouri ballot was to essentially exempt daycare or childcare facilities from having to pay property tax. That sounded awesome to me, but it lost by 54%. 54% of the state voted against putting that on the ballot in November, because the way they can't incorporate something like that through the legislature without a vote, which is a good thing about Missouri. They put it to the people to see if it's worth voting on. And I guess most Missourians thought that those places of business shouldn't be allowed to be exempt from property tax. My thing is, I don't think we should have a property tax in general. It's one of the things that I liked about Bill Eigel, and he was one of the candidates. Trump did a very politician thing with the 3 Republicans that were running for the nomination for to be on the ballot in November. He said all 3 of them were great. He said, you can't go wrong. Just pick one. Okay, that's little politician-y. But to be fair, he's kind of right. I mean, they for the most part were all pretty solid. I don't like the problem that I had towards the end with Bill Eigel, and we were getting campaign texts like crazy, guys. Like, I probably had 20 or 30 that I ended up just deleting. And when I saw lieutenant governor candidates or governor candidates saying the Trump endorsed candidate, yeah, but so were the other 2, or so were the other couple. That's disingenuous. And that pissed me off, because I'm an informed voter and I pay attention to this stuff. So the fact that you were disingenuous and deceptive like that just to get the Trump bucks, the Trump push, well, you know what? That right there, Bill Eigel, and the fact that you're a bit of a dork, pretty much lost my vote. I voted for the guy that didn't get it. We went with the incumbent, Kehoe, and I was gonna go with Kehoe, the lieutenant governor, for Mike Parson. I was, until I read some of the stuff that he was saying, and he was being honestly kind of bitch made when it came to talking about like how there's like a purity test when it comes to conservatives now. And you're like, on a scale of this to this, how conservative are you? I get what he's saying, but the way he said it seemed whiny. And I didn't like that. So, you know what? It's most likely going to be a good thing that Kehoe got it. He's, right alongside with Parson. And Parson's done a decent job. Pretty milquetoast. I saw him speak at the Trump rally in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, years ago. And He definitely not a high energy guy. He's an old farmer. He's an old farmer that ended up getting into politics and just a good old boy. That's pretty much Mike Parson. He's a good old boy. Not very controversial one way or the other, to be honest. But yeah, I think Kehoe will be okay. But yeah, salt dumpster. Taxation is theft and illegal. It should be. The income tax was supposed to be temporary just for wartime stuff, guys. A lot of things in government were supposed to be temporary, and then they end up not being very temporary. Oh, yeah, it tends to happen. Tends to happen. All right. If you guys haven't liked the stream, by the way, I've got this constant little. I might need to change the color of the text so it actually shows up a little bit better. But I've got a little ticker going across the top there. Follow, like, and share if you can. If you haven't created a Rumble account, because I do have people, based on the numbers, I've got to have people that are watching this that don't have Rumble accounts yet. If you have not created a Rumble account, it takes a mere 5 minutes or so. Heck, even Lady Dozer, she created a Rumble account to pop on here every now and then. It's worth supporting a free speech platform. You're over here watching, you might as well go ahead and get an account, and then you can get down in the dirt of the live chat. The Rumble live chat is a little bit Wild West, which I appreciate. So yeah, it's worth doing in my opinion. I ended up getting into Missouri politics stuff a little bit, so let's go ahead and talk more specifically about the we're talking about the primaries. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about Cori Bush. Cori Bush lost her seat. She lost her primary to another Democrat. Let's pull up this article real quick. God, she's just not a pretty woman. She's not pretty. I'm sorry. She's not a pretty person. She is just not my type. And, maybe some people find this attractive, but I mean, you guys tell me in the chat what you think. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little bit shallow. I'm not saying I'm a gorgeous individual. I'm not. But just can't do it. Can't do it, guys. Yeah, not my type. Not my type. Guys, what? Talking about special pills in the chat there? Really? Nah, it's a woman. It's just not a very she's probably got somebody who loves her for her looks. But okay, let's look at this. We've got this is from Intelligencer. Cori Bush becomes second squad member to lose 2024 primary. Not a very happy Cori Bush there. Cori Bush of Missouri, perhaps the most combative member of the U.S. House's squad of outspokenly progressive Democrats, narrowly lost her seat in an August 6th primary to St. Louis prosecutor Wesley Bell, who benefited from very heavy spending by a PAC associated with the American Israeli Public Affairs Committee, also known as AIPAC. Both Bell and sorry, contacts are drying out on me, guys. Lordy, should have got some eye drops before we started. So both Bell and the United Democracy Project, which spent over $8 million on his behalf, took issue with Bush's uninhibited criticism of Israel's war in Gaza and her ambivalence about condemning Hamas, though she eventually came around to agreeing it's a terrorist group. But the campaign was actually fought out over other issues, with Bell and UDC criticizing Bush's refusal in November 2021 to vote with most other Democrats in favor of Joe Biden's infrastructure package. She and 5 other squad members voted against it to protest compromises made with Republicans, which helped secure 13 GOP votes. This was the same line of attack that succeeded in defeating Bush's New York colleague Jamal Bowman in June, where the incumbent's defiance of party solidarity was similarly an issue and attracted both a strong opponent, George Latimer, and tons of AIPAC's aligned money. In Bush's case, the primary challenge from a more orthodox, albeit quite progressive Democrat may have represented a bit of payback for her successful upset win over a deeply entrenched incumbent in 2020. As my colleague, Zach Cheney, Rice, oh, hyphen in the name, noted when she achieved global fame in 2021 for a protest against the expiration of a pandemic related eviction moratorium. Of course she did. Now Cori Bush is soon to be an ex-congresswoman. She did receive $2 million in backing from the progressive group Justice Democrats and tried to make an issue of Bell's failure to prosecute the police officer who shot and killed Michael Brown in Ferguson in 2014. Michael Brown got what he fucking deserved. Michael Brown was beating this officer. Michael Brown had just robbed a convenience store. The hands up don't... real quick. The hands up don't shoot narrative about Michael Brown was absolute bullshit, and they burned cities in my fucking state for a damn criminal. A beast of a man, young man, but a beast of a man who decided to strong arm rob somebody, and then when a cop tried to take him into custody, beat the shit out of a cop and tried to take his gun. And then the cop did what he should have done. Michael Brown got everything he fucking deserved, in my opinion. World's better off without him, in my opinion. Hands up, don't shoot was a fucking lie, and it caused a bunch of chaos in my state and states around the dang country, and it pisses me off that people still hold on to that bullshit. Cori Bush, I'm really glad you lost your damn seat. You're one of the reasons that people think certain things about Missouri, and it pisses me off. There we go. There was the rant. Back to this article. All right. Here we go. So now Cori Bush is soon to be an ex-congresswoman. Okay, we read that. Shot and killed. Bell was a city councilman in Ferguson before being elected chief prosecutor in St. Louis County in 2018. The two candidates had a lot in common, including recent legal controversies, as the Washington Post noted. Bell and Bush are liberal black Democrats who were born and raised here and who entered public service after protests against police shooting an unarmed black man. Just because somebody is unarmed does not mean that they are not a threat. Okay? You can absolutely kill somebody with a punch if you hit them in the right place. So, if somebody is getting beat, and here's the thing about Missouri, it is a castle doctrine state. If you feel that your castle or your property, and that extends outside of your home to your vehicle, by the way, is a threat, just in case for anybody in Missouri who ever gets caught up in some of these riots, if they happen again, if you're in one of the unfortunate areas where that occurs. Thankfully, I'm not, but try that in a small town. Just saying. It won't go well for you. You will be met with force from not just the authorities, because people will help. So, interestingly enough, okay, so it said both are beating back allegations of improper behavior. Bush faces a federal investigation over allegations she misused campaign funds to hire her husband to provide security. She absolutely did. That was some nepotism like a son of a gun. And Bell faces a civil trial that has been delayed until January over allegations that he fired people based on their gender, age, and race. Interesting. Because I'm pretty sure he's a black guy. So I'm wondering if he was getting rid of white folks because he didn't like the white folks. Yeah, I think it's it's up in that district. It's St. Louis adjacent. So things get worse up there. So they won't find me, Salty saying. Y'all are getting spicy in the chat. Let's see. So it seems that. So yes. Ilhan, she is also facing a challenger. Interestingly enough, fellow squad member Ilhan Omar of Minnesota is also facing a competitive primary on August 13th against a challenger who nearly defeated her in 2022. Ooh, round two. Round two. Fight. But her primary has not attracted national money the way Bowman's and Bush's did, and she's expected to win handily. New national celebrity Tim Walz is one of her allies. Oh, Intelligencer. What is your name? What is your name, you pathetic Ed Kilgore? I don't even... Yeah. Celebrity. All right, man. All right. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting framing. What does that say? Was that JJRSVL says Bulldozer? I wonder, have you YOI? I don't know. I will say, I think I'm going to go ahead and get a. I've got to do it. I've been saying it. I've mentioned it the past few streams. I'm going to get a rant meter, like a little graphic or something to put up somewhere. Not sure how I can incorporate that into Rumble Studio, but I'm actually going to do some research because I have a little bit of time off tomorrow before we go to the drive-in theater to watch Twisters. That's why we're doing it today, by the way. Salty. Shovels are good. Make shovels great again. Back to the article. Squirreling aside, guys. Squirreling. You guys have been making me squirrel like crazy tonight. I love it, though. I love it. Makes it, pleases my ADD. Oh, God. Yes. It's like an hour away from me. So I grew up around Cape Girardeau. I'm not going to tell you specifically where, but around Cape Girardeau. Yeah, it's a decent little town. There are some areas. I was doing some DoorDash there the other day, and delivered to a house over on the south side of Cape, and there's a phenomenon in certain cities, guys, where certain things tend to increase in presence and property values go down. I'm just gonna say it. That is what it is. It's not because of the race. It's because of the culture, in my opinion. That's my honest opinion. I don't think it's because of the race. It's because of the culture. It's because of the mentality. You have a crabs in a bucket mentality, and anybody that tries to branch out of that, because I know folks that did or do or try to, and I've worked, um, people don't take kindly to when you are an independent thinker in that culture and want to branch out away from that culture. They hate that. They want to pull you back down into their degradation, their societal rot. And there's a lot of places in Cape that are great, though. I think that at one point they were planning on trying to introduce bow hunting in city limits because there are some kind of rural areas of Cape Girardeau. So it's an interesting city. It's like 38,000 or 35,000 people. So small to a lot of people, but to me, that's the city. We're rural. We're redneck around here. You get up over 1,500 people, and that's a decent town right there. I grew up in a town of like 200 or 300 people. So yeah, a little small Catholic community. Since moved away, but still visit. So, but yeah. Shit, I do DoorDash in the hood. And you know what? The stereotypes were broken the other day, Salty. The stereotypes were broken the other day. I ended up getting a dang $20 tip from this fella. Probably because we started talking anime. But no, I got him earbuds from the Best Buy and was sitting there working with him, trying to figure it out. DoorDash has dog crap customer service, by the way. If you're one of the dashers trying to figure something out, if you have an issue, there's a language barrier. I'm just going to be honest. It's a language barrier, and they do, but sometimes it's just so bad that it's like, you know what, please get somebody else. Yeah, the tips usually in certain areas tend to be lower. Honestly, though, hell, across the bridge in Illinois, one of the best tippers I've gotten is a little old white lady at a trailer park. Forgot the town she's in over there in southern Illinois, but for some reason that's within the delivery range for DoorDash in Cape Girardeau. So every now and then you go across the bridge. I don't like to go to Illinois. We in Southeast Missouri, we have a certain disdain for the state of Illinois. I think most Missourians do. It seems like they are they're an enigma in the Midwest, mostly because of Chicago. And if Missouri ain't careful, St. Louis and Kansas City could do the same thing that Chicago does to Illinois. You have a sea of red and you have puddles of blue, and they affect who's going to be the president. Just the cheeseburgers over the. Ooh. Yeah, heck, I had Pull McGroin, you had let's say 60-ish people, small. Yeah, I had 40 in my graduating class. Maybe 42. Yeah, I think we had 42. A couple of them were pregnant, but they still graduated, so they counted. And they counted regardless. I'm not hating on people getting pregnant in high school. Shit happens, it happens. But an enigma. Oh, yeah. Nobody likes Illinois. I agree. It's weird. Salt dumpster. You guys are kicking it in chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, by the way. We are at an hour and 39, and we are only in 2 topics down. We might not get to all the topics today because I am probably going to try to end this before midnight. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you haven't liked the stream yet, smash that like button. Give me a follow if you haven't followed the channel yet. We're at 331 followers. Let's get up to 350. Guys, I have a placeholder video of me kicking the pink bunny. If you haven't seen the placeholder video, well, it's on my X somewhere. I might post it again for the hell of it. But yeah, I hit 300, and I wanted to do a little Sparta themed video, and there involves a pink bunny getting front thrust kicked. But if we hit 350 followers, I think I'm going to have to do a Chef's Dad from South Park inspired placeholder video. Something about the Loch Ness Monster asking for 350. Something like that. That's kind of the idea I had in my head. So if we get up to 350 followers, I'll do another placeholder video. How about that? People seem to like the one that I got hanging out there for the stream, waiting before the stream with the 300 theme. So we'll make that a thing. Why not? Like that idea, Salty? That's right. You know what? This right here, Sabbaticus. Yep. Well, I mean, if you could follow my channel, that would be nice, Sabbaticus. That would be nice. Not saying like, the old Good Logic, Joe Neerman, he's got the following. He's not the leader of the following. By the way, Joe's a good guy. He got me up over 1,000 followers on X. I was struggling to get it. I was like 950 or 960 for the longest. He shouted me out on his channel. Had a stream going like 400 or 500 people and got me up over 1,000 like within a few minutes. It was awesome. So he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He filled the void once Ricada kind of hasn't been doing his thing because of his family stuff, legal stuff. I about thought that Ricada was going to be streaming today. I'm like, man, come on. On my off day, the day that I usually don't stream, you're going to be streaming. Oh, man, someone is calling me. That is my brother. Oh, let's shoot him a text real quick, guys. He's been wanting to actually join a stream with me. Got to figure out how we're going to do that. You would be treated to 2 short, grumpy fellows talking about the world events. Might do it at some point. Let me find him real quick. Look at that. We're up to 26. I just stop and look at my phone and we gain people watching the stream for some reason. Interesting. Maybe I should just shut up and look at you guys. Am I looking at the right place? There we go. But, all right. Back to this little article here. You know what? Okay, good. We're almost at the end. I was about to say, if it goes, I was looking over at the cursor on the side, and I was like, yeah, we're not going to read that whole thing. But we can finish it out here. Let's see. So it seems Bush became more of a target than Omar due to her aggressive criticism of Israel, as the Post noted. But Omar's not going to be targeted for her criticism? Really? Come on, dude. Ed Kilgore, what's up with you, man? I don't know, man. Your reporting is off. Your reporting is seriously off here. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check that out. If you, JJR SVL has a channel as well, has a Rumble video of Dan Bongino hitting 3 million followers on Rumble. Cool stuff. All right. And also, you are working, man. Get after it. On your last break, 2 more hours to go. Well, you're on the downward slope, buddy. Hope you're having a decent night at work. Let's see. I usually, a lot of the times, when I'm doing DoorDash, I'll be listening to streams and pop in every now and then. You know, not driving and commenting, by the way. Clearly not. Wouldn't do that. That's dangerous. Bush was the first member of Congress to call for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, 9 days after Hamas's October 7th attack on Israel. She has described Israel's subsequent invasion of Gaza, which, according to the Gaza Health Ministry, has killed nearly 40,000 Palestinians. That number is probably inflated. Maybe not, though. Who knows? Israel's not completely clean there. They've been calling it a genocide. Definitely some ethnic cleansing going on. Israel denied the allegations in ongoing hearings at the United Nations top court. Bell, on the other hand, called Hamas openly genocidal. They are. In an interview with the Washington Post last month, he said the group was a threat to Western countries, including the United States. Israel is just the front door, he said. Adding that it was important for our national security that we stand with our fellow democracies. We're a constitutional republic with democratic processes, but okay. And that we stand against terror states. And Hamas is a terror state. Agreed, but that we need to leave them both alone. Let them do their own thing. Fight it out. Get it done. Get it done. Oh, make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat here. All right. All right. Let's look here. Okay, so the notion that Bell let himself become the vehicle for a show of power by AIPAC was encouraged by the circumstances of his late developing challenge to Bush. I'm not going to read that quote there. So in the end, the squad is down to 2 members. I wish it was down to only 2. And AIPAC has doubled down on demonstrating the conspicuous hostility to Israel has consequences in Democrat primaries. It's kind of interesting that Kamala went ahead and picked the dude who wasn't Jewish. I'm thinking because there's a lot of Democrats that don't like us, the Jews. That's literally a thing. There's a lot of people that just because someone's Jewish, they don't like them. I don't agree with that. If you are a credible person with ties to very powerful Jews, and there are very powerful Jews at the heights of certain industries, Israel has a lot of power and a lot of sway in our country that they should not have. They shouldn't. My thing, I've said it before, I think America needs to focus on itself. Let them do their own thing. They want to fight it out. It's a cousin spat that they have to settle on their own at some point. Don't know when that's going to happen. It probably won't ever happen. If you read the Bible, it says that when it calms down there, when peace is in the Middle East, when peace is between those 2 nations, it's a sign of the times. So I guess just let them keep going. Maybe that's part of the Hegelian dialectic. Maybe it's inspired by the good book. Who knows? Seems like they don't ever want it to calm down. So I had another article for the Bush stuff, but I think we've probably about covered that topic as much as we need to. Yeah, Bush is out. Guy that's Democrat as well, but supported by AIPAC is in. So going to be keeping an eye on them. You guys don't let me forget, because I'm trying to keep a look on the chat. I'm not going to forget. I'm going to make sure to play. Slyant had a YouTube video. So we are going to, and by the way, thank you to everybody who has Rumble ranted, by the way. And if you would like to subscribe to the channel, there's this lovely little subscribe button or a join button. It's red, so it sticks out. $5 a month. You guys get custom emotes. You also get your name highlighted anytime you comment, so you stick out like a beautiful sore thumb, a pleasantly sore thumb. People are going to notice you. Yeah. So if that's up your alley, and you want to support a small-time creator like me, just a normal Midwestern fellow talking about the goings-on of the world, I appreciate the heck out of it. Nobody ever has to subscribe or send a Rumble rant, but anytime somebody chooses to, I definitely appreciate it. And you are a Chad or a Chadette. We are going to go ahead and move into talking about the UK to the no FKCUs given, and then Laura Connor, I think. I don't know if she's going to be able to join. It's like 3:30 over there in the UK, so I do not expect, unless you have a horrible sleep schedule like me, you're probably not awake at 3:30 in the morning, unless you wake up really early, I suppose. But it's so red, it sticks out. It's red, so it sticks out. Yes, that's the point. Possum Roo plays dead. What? Oh, I'm talking about cats, huh? Chad cat. I bet Maximus Rex is a Chad cat. That's a heck of a name for a cat, by the way. I've got a couple cats. Every now and then they get in the room and they hang out and pop up on my lap during a stream. Domino's usually the one because she likes me for some reason. I'm not a cat person, guys. I swear I'm not. But they like me, so I'll take it. I will take it. We are going to go ahead and talk about the UK stuff. The UK is on fire. And Keir Starmer, go fuck yourself, buddy. You are a tyrant of the utmost degree. You are trying to squash the people of the UK, the ones that are being victimized by an invading force, the ones that would dare stand up and push back against the sand folk that don't assimilate to the culture of the country that they come to. If you go to another country, you're damn right. You should assimilate to the culture of the country you moved to. I would not be bold enough to think that I could go to another country, move to another country, and just make it like the one that I came from. If the other countries are so bad that you're coming from, why do you want to make them like the country why do you want to make your new country the better country, objectively better? Why'd you leave the other one? Why do you want to turn it into the country you just left? It didn't work for you there. It's like the damn Californians moving to these red states. Learn the damn lesson. That, or like I said before, it's like the elites, the wealthy globalist elites are like conquistadors. And the conquistador movement is indirect because they are funding the flow of migrants, as the UN would call them, I guess. No, usually they're illegal aliens. At least in this country, they would be illegal aliens. They're funding the invasion, and it is to replace and demoralize the native population. Well, you know what? In my opinion, God dang it, good for you folks in the UK that are standing up and pushing back against these tyrants. Good for you for making your voices heard, and good for you for sharing tweets, sharing Facebook posts. They literally will come to your house. They will come to your place that you live and arrest you for making mean comments online. Problematic comments online. They have the Electronic Communications Act or something like that, or Electronic Communications Network. If you dare criticize what is objective reality, you will be prosecuted in the UK. That's what happens. Keir Starmer came out and said that even if you're overseas and you're whipping up unrest or whipping up, whipping up the crowds, that they'll seek ways to prosecute or ways to extradite. I'm assuming they're meaning people that are of that country. But everybody else in every other country, like myself, we're going to go ahead and say, Keir Starmer, go fuck yourself, buddy. You are a tyrant. You need to be removed, in my opinion. I'm glad to see the people of the UK standing up and pushing back. And yeah, there are the people that say it's a bad look and it's not good. At a certain point, the populace has to rise up. I'm fine with it. In the UK, you guys should have done it long ago. Hell, that's how America did America, right? We got tired of that. We decided to say, screw y'all. And we did our own thing. We sought independence from tyranny. You guys are currently experiencing tyranny hard. There is a clip recently from I guess a cop or something like that in the UK. Well, first let's look at this one here. So this is just 45-second clip here. Sky News. We're going to pull this up and take a look at it. Again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on a Wednesday night. I know this is not my normal night, so I am pleased to see you here. Let's bring this guy up. This is UK riots, skynews.com. This slimy.
The offence of incitement to racial hatred involves publishing or distributing material which is insulting or abusive, which is intended to or likely to start racial hatred. So if you retweet that, then you'll be...
This man gets pegged on a regular basis This man gets pegged on a regular basis. You can tell by the body language. You can tell by the body language, guys.
Publishing that, and then potentially you're committing that offence. And we do have dedicated police officers who are scouring social media. Their job is to look for this material and then follow up with identification arrests and so forth. So it's a really, really serious. People might think they're not doing anything harmful. They are. And
so the intent's not there. I mean, our system is based off of their system to an extent. The intent doesn't matter, apparently. Freaking commies.
the consequences will be visited upon them.
Not tyrannical at all. Don't you dare share that tweet, boy. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you share that tweet. Stop stoking racial hatred. What do they mean by racial hatred? Okay. How about, I don't know, whenever you see a group of the sand folk surrounding innocent white folks and just beating the hell out of them with boars, with kicking, beating their heads on tables and kicking them. Is that not racial hatred? Are we going to go ahead and call that out? No, that doesn't exist. Absolutely. These self-hating whites piss me off so much. Stop being pathetic. You're a beta cuck. No. Hey, we got Gene Bondano in the chat. Thank you for hanging out. Exactly. Another thing. Yeah, I forgot. I talked about Tampon Tim, right? We briefly touched, don't want to phrase it like that. We briefly talked about the trans kid thing, right? Had to change that real quick, didn't I? And he also made it so that tampons could be in the boys' rooms. Because, like I said, guys, this satanic approach to the world, the inverse is righteous instead of the righteous being so. Tampons don't need to be in the boys' rooms. Okay? It's nonsense. You can go get them. How about you go to the damn bathroom that associates with your aligns with your genitalia? How about that? I guess that's one where the boxer chick from the Olympics, it's like a person from the Olympics, technically a male, but it's got the parts of a girl, so go in the girls' room. I don't care. You shouldn't be competing against males or against females though, because you are a male. So we talked about that all quite a bit last time, so not going to revisit that one necessarily. We have another brief clip from the hostage video. Where it be? Where did it go? This hostage video. Did I not book my? There it is. I found it. Took me a minute, guys. I've been bookmarking like crazy today. Not sure why, but things that I find interesting. Come on, mouse. All right. There we go. This is just first of all, the guy behind him. I mean, what it looks like I said, guys, earlier, it looks like he's about to be bent over the table, or maybe this happened before, who knows? But let's
Hello, assalamu alaikum. My name's
He didn't even say it right. He said Allah salam alaikum. No, it's salam alaikum. I've talked to a few Muslims. I think it's salam alaikum. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But instant. Really? Really, guy? You would never say that. You're only saying that because of the people that are around you and because of the pander. It's a broken, like I've said before, I don't like to say DEI. I like to flip them around and make it to diversity, inclusion, and equity, DIE. Because when you make that the main focus, your culture dies. This clearly...
Phil Hutchinson, and I am the superintendent for Greater Manchester Police based in Oldham. Obviously, echo everything that the leader, Rouge, has said. Firstly, thank you very much for inviting us and arranging the meeting. It's the inaugural meeting. We're having these now bi-monthly, so in respect to what Rouge has mentioned about some...
See Jacob in chat, 54. Appreciate you joining, buddy. Thanks for hanging out with us. We are doing some ranting tonight. I'm not gonna lie. It's been quite a bit of ranting. It's been energetic. There's been energy to this stream.
Increased tension. Obviously, there are a number of issues going on nationally and within Greater Manchester. We're engaging with all communities, and Greater Manchester Police and UK policing will continue to deal with perpetrators and people who are committing crime.
Just the body language of the guy behind
Hello,
me.
Assalamu
Look,
alaikum.
just look.
My name is
Just-
Phil Hutchinson, and I am the
just
superintendent for Greater.
Ugh, God, the level of cuckoldry or cuckery. I guess I'd say cuckery involved in that. Absolutely. Yeah, it's a hostage video. That's what it looks like. Like, it looks like an ISIS video. Now you're just going to, the next clip, they're cutting somebody's head off or putting them in a cage and boiling them alive. Y'all want to get real spicy for a second? Let's talk about the recent clip that's been recirculating where Gavin McInnes was on with Joe Rogan, and he mentioned that over 50% of the the Arab populations are inbred. Your culture is not equal to ours. Shoot, I'm a little bit loud. My bad. You might hear my boy screaming in the background. Thankfully, my wife will probably be able to get that. Dang it. He's been doing this though. He's teething. He's got his molars are cutting in, so I don't think we hit him with Tylenol. A preemptive strike, I call it, with the 16-month-old. It's a preemptive strike with Tylenol or to help out, so that when middle of the night he doesn't start hurting real bad and wake up screaming. So, all right, we're bringing it down. We might need to go into a little bit of NPR talk for the rest of the stream. Do a soft, whispery, a little bit of breathy voice. This is how they do it on NPR, right? So, sorry. All right, we're gonna wind it down a little bit. We've been ranting a lot today. NyQuil for the 16-month-old. No, he's decent. He does pretty good. He does pretty good. He has been doing this thing where he's waking up around 11:30 midnight, doing a little bit of screaming, and he usually goes back to sleep. But yeah, guys, talking about see, he was upset too. Oh, you liked that, did you? You liked that? Oh, by the way, if you haven't liked the stream, give this stream a like. Smash the like button. Caress the like button. Give it a little tap. Tap-a-roo. Good stuff. And if you feel so inclined, nobody ever has to donate anything to me, but if you feel like keeping this Midwestern fellow away from door dashing, Rumble Rants are an option. Or if you're on YouTube, you want to super chat, you can do that too. The 1 or 2 people that watch on YouTube, by the way. Said that's extra behind the paywall. And there's also a subscription that you can do. It's $5 a month to get access to a select grouping of emotes. I do believe you need to be in browser to use those emotes. And your name will highlight in red whenever you make a comment. So you will be at the forefront. Again, nobody ever has to, but if you want to, that's great. Follow me at Dozer74 or at BillDozer74 _ on X. I'm on Truth Social at BillDozer74. I'm on Gab, BillDozer74 there. I'm on YouTube, BillDozer74. And of course here, if you haven't followed me here yet, go ahead and give me a follow. Like I said, I'm going to do another placeholder video when I hit 350. I do believe it is going to... Oh gosh. Shoot. Not today. Maybe on one of the streams where I'm sipping on some Woodford Reserve. Who knows? Do like Camelot. Freaking once he gets to a certain amount, he does Naked Snake where he takes his shirt off and does the peck dance. Which, you know what? Why not? I can do a little bit of a peck dance for you. I can do the peck dance. I'm a little bit flabby, but I can do it. Oh, man. Yeah. Hey, there's an emote. Salt dumpster with an emote. I don't even know what that is. What is that? I'm not even sure. But it's there. There it is. Yeah. I don't think Camelot gets full on naked on his streams, y'all. I don't think he gets full on naked. The Naked Snake. It's called Naked Snake, yes. It's pretty great. He plays the Snake Eater song from Metal Gear Solid, I believe. So good stuff. Yeah, I probably won't be taking the shirt off. I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't for the right amount, but um, break time ending. We'll be listening. I appreciate the heck out of you, JJRSVL. Um, regard. All right. But yeah, the Arab population over 50% apparently is inbred, guys. Maybe that's part of the problem. Again, your culture is not equal to mine if 50% of you are okay with being inbred. If that's a thing, would make, good lord, debaucherous, I say. Comrade. Oh God. I guess you'll never know. I rarely get up out of the chair whenever I don't usually do a chair cast. Every now and then I might. I think last time I did a chair cast, I was on with Sully for Real Hard Truths, and he also has the Gun Club. Check those guys out. Real Hard Truths and the Gun Club on Rumble. Sully does a stream. The Real Hard Truth is more political. The Gun Club is more focused. Is focused specifically on like use of force and gun stuff. So he is I think he does some training on the side, like concealed carry courses on the side. So good guy, worth checking out. yeah. Sanglant. Hey, what's up, Sanglant? He said, Cody Camelot posted the Goomba, but no one bothered hunting it. He apparently did. He said that he had like he did a amateur spicy video with a lady friend. He said nobody ever found it, but he's like, well, I got tattoos, and if you see the tattoos, that's me. For the sandlings. See, I call them sand folk. That's all. Yeah, the when you were when you were flooding a native population with a population that is so antithetical to the cultural norms, you're going to end up with chaos. And that's what we're seeing in the UK right now. And I pray for all those in the UK, and I pray for you guys to absolutely, yes, I'm absolutely saying you guys should be pushing back against your tyrannical government and making sure that the native population is the one that is put above the others. This influx that you have, where you literally have how many times have y'all seen the clips of the boats of migrants just flying in, and then they get out and they skitter about. They skitter away to spread most likely diseases, but spread the yeah, how dare you? How dare I notice patterns? I've got the Noticer shirt, by the way. It's a great shirt. I actually got it from Elijah Schaefer. Slightly offensive. He's not everyone's cup of tea. I think he does okay for the most part. A little bit lispy. It's very curious. Who's going to carry the boats? Oh, no. Yeah. Who are we talking about? She is amazing. Who are we talking? Melanie Mack? Yeah, she's a nice girl. Apparently she's like close to 40 or something like that. Good for her. She changed her diet up to, I think, mostly butter and steak. So, yeah. Sounds like a good woman. She does her streams standing. Maybe one day I'll do if I get I was supposed to get one of those adjustable desks. Adjustable desks. Haven't got it yet though. We'll see. As far as the UK is concerned, it's in chaos, and I generally I wouldn't say violence is a good idea, but I'm okay with you defending your country. Defend your country, absolutely. People in the UK, defend it. Fight back against tyranny. Make them serve you, the people. Make your government be accountable to you. That's one of the things that governments tend to think. They think that they rule us. You're not our rulers. You work for us, bitches. And when you get out of line in a certain type of way, that's what the people actually are supposed to keep you in check. You should absolutely fear the people. We are the ones to hold you accountable. Hopefully, just the ballot box. Not advocating for violence. Fed boys in chat, go screw yourselves. Not advocating for violence, but I'm absolutely advocating for self-defense and for getting out and making your voices heard. Whether it be online, whether it be talking to people, whether it be at the ballot box, make them respect the will of the people. Yeah. Yeah, give him a follow over there. Says, heading off a Bulldozer stream, gonna take a swing at political / S shit talk streams. Give me a follow, and when we hit 20, I'll make a live stream. There you go. Dick's out for Harambe. Let's go, fam. Sweet, sweet. He's a good dude. Good guy, good guy. Worth checking out. We're gonna eventually do a stream together at some point. That's my bro, by the way. So we're gonna do a stream at some point. So yeah, apparently if you right here, apparently defending yourself is illegal if you're white in the UK. Hope you appreciated my enunciation there. Yeah, I will agree with that. Fed Boys and Patriot Front sure do seem similar, don't they? Yep, I agree. Where are we at? So the UK chaos. Do we have anything really much else that we want to talk about? Ooh. Real quick. Speaking of radicalization, this back to Cori Bush for just a moment. Then we'll leave her alone. She's not that bad looking. That was a really bad picture. Maybe she is. I don't know. Let me share this real quick. Ooh, she's right out in front of you, right out there. This is concerning. I don't know how I feel about this.
Pulling me away from my...
Yeah, those nails. Look at those nails. I just, how do you wipe? Guys, that is the main question. What was it? Was it, what ratchet rapper was it that was talking about, you got to be careful you don't cut your butthole? Oh, it wasn't Nicki Minaj. It was the other one. It was the more ratchet version of Nicki Minaj. Oh, what is her name? Well, you know what? She's not that important to me, so I guess I don't have her in my memory. You guys probably know who I'm talking about, though. So, oh God, best thing. Oh, no, bro. No. I don't like it. Let's listen to this madness.
Position as Congresswoman. All you did was take some of the strings off. Because see, now I don't have to worry about some strings that I have attached as much as I love my job. But all they did was radicalize me, and so now they be afraid. AIPAC, I'm coming to tear your kingdom down. Pulling me away.
Ooh. There was a longer clip where she kept saying, let's be clear. No. I'm giving you guys a little sneak peek of our fun topic at the end there. I think we covered it on Common Censored earlier, but I'm going to play it here, there at the end. And, oh yeah, you better watch out. Let me see. Don't want to miss stuff hanging out in the chat. Yeah, Cori Bush is, I don't know what she's planning on doing there. She actually kind of has a bit of a point. When you get out of office and you get into the lobbying and you get in with the lobbyists, the lobbyists, you might have more sway. Who knows? Ooh, I don't know what that's about. Sanglant mentioning not just yourself sent a father to prison for grabbing a bat. I'm not sure I know that story specifically there, Sanglant. Some animal broke into his daughter's bedroom. Usually when that stuff happens and the person... here's this awesome thing that juries can do. It's called jury nullification. And even if charges are brought and even if technically the person should have been found guilty, juries can do this awesome thing where they can nullify that and just let the person go. It's a thing that happens every now and then. It's a good way to get out of jury duty, I would suppose, if you mentioned jury that you know about jury nullification. They probably don't want you in the jury on that for that, but yeah, done with that one. The UK is lost in my opinion. Maybe they can bring it back. I hope they can. if you share a tweet, if you share a Facebook post, they will find you. They will come for you. Oh God. Y'all are getting crazy in chat. Crazy. Let's see. We are going to go ahead and move on to the stock market. I do not know a lot about the Kamala crash, but it seems like, once she's definitely the one that's going to be the Democrat nominee, it happened to line up perfectly with the international markets taking a shit in the bed. That's what happened from Sunday night into Monday morning. It made a lot of people unhappy. A lot of people in the crypto world were very unhappy. I am not a huge guy involved in stocks or anything like that. I am a poor, so I don't have the funds to invest in such a thing. But my retirement package might be affected by this, so I guess it does affect me. And even if you don't have stocks or direct involvement in that atmosphere, or that sphere rather, you can still be affected. You can still be affected. Speaking of finances, before we get into this topic, let's go ahead and do another ad read. This one is from Positive. Do you rely on big woke corporations and the corrupt medical establishment to keep you healthy? I hope not. Then why would you trust the same globally owned corporations to keep your pet healthy? It's time we stop relying on them for anything. They hate us. They hate us, want to keep us sick, and just want our money, to be honest. We at Rumble started Positive Health because pets are an extension of our family, and it matters that they get clean, nutrient-filled, vitamin-rich superfoods to stay healthy and happy. That's why we created a range of superfood supplements, supplement waffles that your pet will love, packed with natural, healthy ingredients that promote a better digestive support, bone health, vision, and immune strength. They're also rich in anti-inflammatories, vitamins, and minerals essential for your furry family members. So head on over to positive.com right now to check out our superfoods and other products. Use code STUDIO to save 15% on your first subscription order. There you go. Check them out, guys. Positive. Apparently, they've got some fairly healthy foods for your pets. A lot of the crap that we feed our animals is barely considered nutrition at all. Just like a lot of the food that we put on our own plates, guys. A lot of the stuff we eat in this country, it's almost not even considered food. So treat your dogs right. Oh, come on. Right after I do that, I get another one popping up. Oh, well, we'll have to wait. Maybe it'll pop up. It's actually funny. This ad read would have gone right along with the topic we were talking about earlier, where you take your clothes off. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So once your 401k is in there, you do have things can get hit for sure. Let's look at an article that actually goes into the nitty-gritty of what led to the Black Monday, the crash, which I get kind of confused because Black Friday, you're in the black when you're profiting and you're in the red when you're in the negative, right? So why are they calling it Black Monday? I guess because of the negative affiliation with that. So let's bring this up. Might actually play a little short clip. I don't know. Nah, we'll just read the clip. Read the article. We are going to pull up this article from who is this from? The Street. Oh no, they're on these streets. We out in these streets, y'all. That's what Kamala says. Speaking of the street, Black Monday on Wall Street. 5 reasons stocks are plummeting. This is from a couple days ago, so this is in the heat of it. Global markets fell into a tailspin Monday, led by the biggest single-day decline in stocks for stocks in Japan since 1987, as investors pulled trillions from risk asset markets amid concerns tied to U.S. recession fears. We're already in one. Overpriced tech stocks and rising risks of a wider conflict in the Middle East. The collection of risks across a host of asset classes is adding speed and depth to the global sell-off, which is being worsened by thinner than usual volumes in the traditionally quieter month of August. Below is a quick compendium of the 5 most significant triggers to the sell-off, which began last week and has lopped more than $1.3 trillion in value from U.S. stocks and dragged the tech-focused NASDAQ into correction territory. So the first thing that they are attributing to this crash, besides Kamala Harris. Kamala crash, guys. Hashtag Kamala crash. Kamala crash. Don't forget. The Federal Reserve's decision to hold its benchmark lending rate steady at between 5.25 and 5.5% last week, the highest in more than 2 decades, is perhaps the most significant factor triggering the current sell-off. The Fed seemed reluctant to commit to a September interest rate cut. Investors say that the central bank made a big policy error in keeping the federal funds rate at these high levels for more than a year. Even as inflation pressures continued to ease toward its 2% target, and the underlying weakness of the in the job market has become evident. Okay, the inflation is manipulated so heavily. And when they say 2%, okay, let's look at the inflation since Biden's been in office. You look at the year over year, it's first of all, they manipulate the hell out of it to make it not seem as bad as it is. That's what they do. They can't be honest about the facts of things. Everything has gone up, guys. If you haven't been to the grocery store, you don't know. Maybe some of these wealthy elites that don't do their own shopping, maybe that's why they think they can get away with saying this shit, and they'll just be able to gaslight us into believing it. Not me, guys. Not me. Gene Bondano, Campac / Tampon 2024. That is the ticket. That is the ticket. Let's see. So in the first quarter of the year, the market was debating whether the economy was overheating and reaccelerating, whereas during the second quarter, focus shifted to whether things could be slowing too much too quickly. Rampant speculation and inconsistency is so frustrating with this, said John Belton, a portfolio manager at Gabelli Fund. Now, there is concern that the Federal Reserve could again be behind the curve, he added. Apparently, they had a perfect storm there. Traders are now betting on an oversized 50 basis point rate cut when the Fed meets next month in Washington, with Wisdom Tree economist and Wharton School of Business professor Jeremy Siegel calling for an emergency rate move before the September 18th sit-down. September 18th. It's a good day. Yep. That right there. You got it. Manipulating. Not good. Man, we're up to 27 people watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give this stream a like if you haven't done so yet. If you haven't followed the channel here, once we get to 350 followers, I'm going to do a placeholder video that is inspired by Chef's parents from South Park. We're going to talk about that dang Loch Ness monster. He asked me for 350. I don't know how I'm going to incorporate that into a placeholder video, but it's going to happen. No, I'm not going to do blackface. That will not happen. I already have a beautiful golden complexion anyways. Second problem that they highlight, the yen carry trade. I actually saw a good video about this. Should have brought it up, actually. So over the past 2 years, U.S. stock markets and the tech sector in particular have seen a huge rush of foreign investment power outsized gains for the three major benchmarks. A notable portion of those gains, however, is tied to what is known as the yen carry trade, a process in which investors borrow cheap money in Japan at essentially zero interest and reinvest it at higher rates in markets worldwide. I actually had read that they were almost negative interest. I think that was what I heard. That trade, however, has been unwinding for weeks, and that move has accelerated over the past few trading days after the Bank of Japan executed 2 successive interest rate hikes, its first in 17 years, and signaled a slowdown in the pace of its bond purchasing in order to tamp down inflation pressures in the world's 4th largest economy. I find this article interesting. If you guys like it, I think it's good to be a little bit more aware of what specifically might be contributing to the issues. So, besides just the rampant speculation and anxiety that tends to befall us as men and women, that's lifted the yen from a 4-decade low of around 161.61 against the U.S. dollar last month to around 142.71 today. The 11% surge has traders racing to sell their overseas assets and to convert them into yen to stem some of their currency-related losses. So far, the moves seem to have been slightly overextended, leading to a correction during the European session, but the bias remains strongly to the downside in the short term, and Daniel Hawthorne said Daniel Hawthorne, senior market analyst at Capital.com. The third issue, magnificent, I cannot talk right now, y'all, my bad. Magnificent Seven Reset. It's a good movie, by the way. The market's 5 biggest tech stocks were responsible for the lion's share of the impressive 17% first half rally in the S&P 500, with Nvidia, Microsoft, and Apple jockeying for position as the world's most valuable company. That trade is starting to unwind as well amid a July investor rotation from tech stocks into domestically focused companies that might benefit from both a second administration under former President Donald Trump and from bets on upcoming Fed interest rate cuts. Muted near-term outlooks from Google, Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft during the second quarter reporting season, as well as plans to increase capital spending over the second half, look to have accelerated that selling as well. Tech losses are leading declines as in Asia trading this week, and the Nasdaq slid into correction territory at the end of last week. I think it was down over 1,000. Bloomberg's Magnificent 7 Total Return Index, which was up 51% for the year as of July 10th, has since fallen more than 18%. So it's not good. It's not good, guys. News that billionaire investor Warren Buffett nearly halved his stake in Apple last quarter has added to concern that the sector is significantly overhauled. While we clearly get the worries/fears that the U.S. consumer is weakening, Amazon consumers, softer print, the Fed is late to the game, and hard landing bear thesis is returning, we focus on tech spending and the winners that will be front and center in this massive AI tech build-out that is still in the second inning of a 9-inning game, said Wedbush analyst Dan Ives. I am not going to wear my contacts next stream, guys. I will just say that. Good Lord. Ugh. You know, it would help if I actually changed them out every now and then. You're supposed to throw them away periodically, aren't you? All right, Paul McGroin, thank you so much for hanging out with us. He has got to sign off, got to be prepared for tomorrow. So we are almost at midnight. I am going to be wrapping up here in a little bit. We're going to get through this, and then I got a couple more things, and we'll be done. Volatility in market spikes is another contributing factor, which, I mean, that's in general. So it's so-called fear purge used to predict the levels of the market volatility over coming month. The Chicago Board Options Exchange, good Lord, is that 19? No, 15? Index, which traded near historic lows for much of the first half, has spiked to the highest levels since the depth of the COVID pandemic this week. That's triggered a rush out of riskier markets and into safe haven assets such as U.S. Treasury bonds. I think that's 15. VIX, is that 15? Got the 10, no, 9, 14. Is it 14? I don't even know. Roman numerals, whatever. So I guess the 14, which is calculated from stock option prices, was last marketed a staggering 167.5% higher on the session in early Monday trading and pegged at $49.73. Oh. All right. So pretty much volatility is a big part. Past week stock market is overdue. Volatility is overdue in the early stages of a bull market, which involves sharp rallies and selling, I suppose. Geopolitical risks in the Middle East, that's also getting people flared up. You got concerns about oil, all that good stuff. Slowing U.S. growth is also a factor. Will trigger slump in the global oil demand. Need Trump back in there, man. That will definitely help things. Trump gets back in. It will not fix everything, but it will definitely be better. Let's see. So they're concerned about the Israeli issues as well. There's a lot of stuff that factors into it. These are just 5 of the things that they're talking about. So if you guys want to take a look at that, it's from The Street, and it is written by Martin Bacardax. So yeah, there you go. I don't have any special knowledge of the stock markets. That was just kind of the best article that I could find in the little bit of researching that I was doing on it. We're going to go ahead and move to an interesting topic. This is our end of the stream / interesting / white pill or fun topics. We could get to, we can get a little bit black pilled. All right. We're just talking about Black Monday, right? Don't be black pilled. We do have positive things. We have interesting side things to talk about. Actually, let's go ahead and do this little lady packing heat. Let's do that one first. This is just a little clip that I'm going to play. You guys probably have seen it already. It's all over X, and I think Sterling over there was covering this hardcore little girl. And I guess it's a gun channel. I guarantee you the accuracy isn't there, but I saw this and I'm like, yeah, this is America right here. This is some good America. There we go. So this little lady, she's two-handing it. She's getting after it. And yeah, let's America. She's so happy. She's so happy with herself. I don't like how she tossed the spent one. I don't like tossing the weapon. Yeah, Salty's seen that a million times. I figured everybody's playing it. It's just one of those things that I thought was kind of cool. It's my end of stream little happy moment. And yeah, I get it. People are like, oh, it's for the theatrics of tossing the gun. I just don't like. I like being as nice to my weapons as possible. So yeah, that was the fun little clip there at the end. But I've got this here from Ashton Forbes. Ashton Forbes is the one that the guy who has been really getting into, almost autistically getting into the MH370 stuff and 0 point energy and free energy stuff. Really cool topics, right? Just fun to talk about. Honestly, he sounds like he knows what the hell he's talking about. I guess at a certain point, if you know so much about it, then go ahead and do some experimenting and show it. If you're going to talk about these 0 point energy or being able to transfer something through space-time manipulation, essentially, that's the theory for MH370, the Malaysian Airlines, that it was wormholed away with 3 circulating orbs in a triangular kind of pattern. They were going around the plane, and then all of a sudden they converge for a moment, and then pop, and it's gone. Really interesting stuff. Really interesting stuff. So. Okay. Yeah, see, it probably wasn't empty. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't like throwing the gun on the ground. That's just me. But it is a cool video. I'll give her that. But Ashton Forbes, he has what just happened? Is not where I wanted it to go. Come back. Apparently I do not know the ways of Okay, we'll look here. So, okay, there it is. So he says that astronaut Edgar Mitchell, 0 point energy. In the WikiLeaks emails, there's a couple discussing disclosure of 0 point energy from Edgar Mitchell to John Podesta, who served as advisor to both Clinton and Obama. He also mentions the Vatican, extraterrestrials, and former Nazi scientist Werner von Braun. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. I don't have there's not an article for this one, but there's I mean, you just look up Ashton Forbes. He's on X, just X Ashton. He is a wealth of information. He is a wealth of information on this. I am probably going to go ahead and put his link in the description. Worth checking him out. Let me go up here. All right, I got him up there for you. You got his check him out. He has got way more information than I will ever be able to give you or link you to. He knows a lot. So here's one of the things. This is from that astronaut to John Podesta. As 2015 unfolds, I understand you are leaving the administration in February. It is urgent that we agree on a date and a time to meet to discuss disclosure and 0-point energy at your earliest available after your departure. My Catholic colleague, Terry Mansfield, will be there too to bring us up to date on the Vatican's awareness of ETI, also known as extraterrestrial intelligence. Another colleague is working on a new space treaty citing involvement with Russia and China. However, with Russia's extreme interference in Ukraine, this is back a while back, by the way. This is back with the Crimea stuff. I believe that we must pursue another route for peace in space and 0-point energy on Earth. I met with President Obama's Honolulu childhood friend, U.S. Ambassador Pamela Hamamoto, on July 4th at the U.S. mission in Geneva, when I was able to tell her briefly about 0-point energy. I believe we can enlist her as a confidant and resource in our presentation for President Obama. This is from Edgar Mitchell, by the way. Another one from Edgar to John. Because the war in space race is heating up, I felt you should be aware of several factors as you and I schedule our Skype talk. Remember, our nonviolent ETI, extraterrestrial intelligence from the contiguous universe, are helping us bring 0-point energy to Earth. They will not tolerate any forms of military violence on Earth or in space. The following information in italics was shared with me by my colleague Carol Rawson, who worked closely for several years with Werner von Braun before his death. Carol and I have worked on the treaty on the prevention of the placement of weapons in outer space, attached for your convenience. That's a little bit interesting, and that's not community noted or anything, by the way. WikiLeaks had a lot of important stuff. They had a lot of important stuff, guys. Check out Ashton Forbes, just X Ashton. Fascinating information. The dude is a bulldog when it comes to getting this information out. He is absolutely a bulldog. I'm glad he's out there doing it. I sure as heck wouldn't be able to do as good of a job as he is. If those are real emails from the WikiLeaks, which, looks like they're real, no community note yet. I haven't done an exhaustive look through WikiLeaks, so I don't have any reason to doubt the guy. I'll just say that. Very interesting information talking about the Vatican being involved in extraterrestrial intelligence and non-violent extraterrestrial intelligence. It's a little bit interesting, isn't it? A little bit interesting that that's the way they phrase that. So non-violent. Well, are there violent ones? What exactly? That can of worms, guys. That rabbit hole. I remember I did a presentation in high school talking about how, UFOs doesn't necessarily mean little green men, right? UFO means just unidentified flying object. Could be most likely most of the stuff that we aren't sure of that's in the sky. I'm still under the impression that most of that stuff is just tech we don't know about. I mean, there for the longest, when you saw stealth bombers, that was a UFO. People had no clue what they were until the government came out and said what they were. So it's likely that we are still being lied to by our government and that they are still hiding things from us like free energy. Because if we had something like free energy, then, well, they can't control us very well, can they? If we had the ability to essentially access wormholes for transportation, well, that's another industry that would just go straight out the window, right? Don't know, guys. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. I'm just asking questions, okay? This guy right here, he knows what he's talking about. Jesse Ventura is here to talk to you about the aliens, all right? I'm just asking questions. There we go. There we go. So, all right, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. Oh, I have a Rumble rant and it disappeared. Son of a biscuit. What on earth? I'm gonna scroll up. I'm gonna scroll up, man. There was a $1 Rumble rant, I think, from. If you're still hanging out in chat, I forgot who it was from. Might have been Sanglant, might have been somebody else. But if you're still hanging out in chat, post it again. My apologies. I thought that was going to stay there. Yeah. G saw that. Seeing some comments, some nice comments here in chat. Some very spicy comments in chat as well. I appreciate all the comments, by the way. Even the spicy. Just a moment here. I'm going to find this darn thing. I cannot believe that Rumble just... Man, that bothers me. That really annoys me. I should... We're going to scroll here. Sorry, guys. I know it's because I told him that I would play the dang video, and I feel bad if I don't. I think it was about an hour ago. Actually, it was probably closer to the top of the stream. Yeah. I don't find it. It might have been JJRSVL. I think that's who sent that Rumble rant, if I'm not mistaken. I saw that we had JJR promo McGroin, which I think is from the same. I think that's from JJRSVL as well. Let's see. Where is it? I'm going to find this dang thing. We're going to copy it. We're going to find it. We got dead air, guys. We got dead air. Can't have that. Got to find this chat. Got to find this chat. Man, I had a plan, y'all. I had a plan, and then it was just cast aside. If I don't find it here in a minute, then I'm just going to have to apologize vociferously for not getting to your Rumble rant with the YouTube video that you had. I think it might have been a music video. So we were talking about Falling in Reverse and the good old rock and roll. It wasn't JJ. Okay. Dang it. Who was it? And it might not even be in there. Son of a gun. Well, I am sincerely sorry. Let me look if I can find it on the phone here. On the Rumble app, I might be able to scroll up all the way there. Let's look. Oh, there we go. I see the Rumble rants. Nice. Good deal. It's still highlighted in the chat. I found it. It was Slyant. Slyant, I got you, bud. I don't know if you're still here, but I got you, Slyant. I'm going to find this. I'm going to screenshot it and copy it, and then we're going to play this video if I can. We're going to do it. Here's what I'll do. I will do a screenshot here. This is we're figuring things out here. We are going to make it happen, y'all. Appreciate you guys hanging with me. We still got 24 people watching. Sliant, I got you. I don't know if you're still here, man, but I got you, man. You did a Rumble rant for $1 for a YouTube video, and I am going to use that. All right. Commented myself there. So let's go down to the bottom and highlight that. Copy. Let's find it over here. I'm going to pull it up first to make sure it's nothing insane. A little bit of insanity ain't bad, though, I guess. Oh, man, it says the video isn't available anymore. What? Dang it. Well, I tried, damn it. Let me look real quick and make sure I got the right one. So I got YouTube. Oh, it looks like it was because it wasn't. Huh. Sly, if you're still in the chat, man, I am sincerely. I'm definitely sorry. I didn't. Wasn't able to pull it up. It won't let me. It won't let me pull it up on YouTube. It said it's not available anymore. And I think the right one got copied over. So it's https://YouTube. Well, man, I don't know why it's not. My bad, man. My bad. I appreciate the $1 Rumble rant, though, for sure, for sure. It won't let me pull it up, so Rumble video is unavailable. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's not pulling up. If anyone else can get that to pull up for me or knows what that link was to earlier, I would definitely appreciate you. Because he did send a $1 Rumble rant, and I like to try to honor that. But oh, my bad, Slant. My bad. What's up, Kneezy fam? Guys, go check out Kneezy. He is a good fella. Oh, so JJRSVL saying that his isn't pulling up. Huh. I don't know what's going on right now then. Might be some just tech issues going on. Well, I tried. The evidence is there. It's on the stream. Slant, my bad, man. Next time, I'm just going to go ahead and we'll stop what we're doing. If you send a Rumble rant with a YouTube video or something that you want me to pay attention to, and we will get that addressed right then so that I'm not lying to you. Yeah, we tried. We tried. It was a valiant effort, guys. I appreciate you sticking with me, trying to scroll through all the chat like that. So, again, thank you to anybody who felt so inclined to give a small donation to a Midwestern fellow. If you can keep me from door dashing, you're a Chad. Nah, it's nobody ever has to give me any money. If you want to, that's great. If you want to subscribe, that's awesome. $5 a month. You know. Shows that you support small creators on a free speech platform. Rumble rants are always appreciated, but not demanded. Looking like we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. We talked about a lot of crazy stuff today. We were kind of sporadic this stream. If you guys liked that, well, good. It was a little bit less organized than normal. So a little bit of free flow of thought. Nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with that. We first discussed Kamala Harris's VP pick. She picked the commie, the free speech, the man who detests free speech and likes the riots, likes the people, the smell, as his wife said, they opened the windows to smell the burning tires when the riots were going on in, I guess, Minneapolis. He is absolutely more extreme than her. I think he's probably an insurance policy. Who knows? Maybe she'll drop him, though. Maybe he'll pull himself out and they'll have to go with Shapiro. I don't know. We'll see. So we talked about Tim Walz. Apparently, he's a horse cum guzzler. That's what the rumor is. It's not confirmed. It's not confirmed, but it sure is funny to say. Much better than the one that they say about the couch with JD Vance. We then went into talking about the primaries here in Missouri. A little bit of politics from my state. Cori Bush has been. She lost her primary to Wesley Stalls or something. I forgot his name already, but he's a guy that's backed by AIPAC. And so, okay, really quick. really quick while I got you. I know we're wrapping up. We were talking about getting naked earlier. So this fits perfectly with that conversation. We're going to do one more ad read before we leave tonight, guys. This is an ad read for if it comes up. Come on, Rumble, do your thing. Don't you do that. Don't you tease me, Rumble. Oh, man. It's not going to do it, is it? Dang. Well, I was going to do an ad read because it fit so well with that conversation we were having earlier about disrobing. But this might not do it. Server error. Oh no, Rumble, what are you doing? Let's try it again. We'll do it live. And it's not going to let me do it. Oh well. Well, it was for an ad for this company called Be Naked. So apparently it's about toxic masculinity and being intimidated by real men. Primal instincts. What? Come on, let me do this read. Do it. I command you, Rumble Studio. Nope, server error. Oh well. That's all right. That's all right. But anyways, we talked about Cori Bush losing her primary. The squad is under attack. Good thing in my opinion. We then went on to talk about the chaos in the UK as a result of rampant illegal immigration, or illegal aliens, I guess you could call them. They're being funneled into these countries to replace the native population. That is not just a conspiracy theory. That is not racist. That is what they're doing. So calling a spade, guys. Apparently that's racist too. Everything's racist. Welcome to 2024. The next thing that we talked about the stock market. The stock market shit the bed. It was very, very unpleasant for most people that are involved in stocks. And even if you're not directly involved in stocks, if you have a retirement package that is attached to the stock market, well, you probably took a hit. So we talked about some of the contributing factors that led to that: speculation, geopolitical issues, stuff with Japan and the yen carry issue is something that was covered there. A little bit esoteric, but worth looking into, worth processing or chewing on a little bit as far as the article is concerned. At some point, if you want to be a little bit more informed about the specifics that go along with that. And then we had our happy little stories at the end. We talked a little bit about Ashton Forbes and his coverage of MH370, and he posted two supposed WikiLeaks emails from Edgar, an astronaut named Edgar something, to John Podesta, talking about extraterrestrial intelligence. Yeah. Gotta hate it. Gotta hate it when the market pulls a herd, huh? Yeah, they shit the bed. We're up to 31 people right here at the end of my stream, by the way. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I forgot to set the, there is a way that I can make it to where you can rewind the Rumble stream. Right now, I forgot to click that option. My bad, guys. I'll make sure to do that next time. But I want to try to get this dang ad read in because it's a funny one. Dang it. Oh, well. We'll try it one more time, maybe. Maybe I'll try a refresh real quick. It's still not going to do it. It's going to do a server error, I bet. Yep. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm not gone yet. Not gone yet. About to be gone. Let me do a refresh, and I'll pop right back up. And I'm back. It says no live chats yet, though. All right. Let's see if it'll let me do this ad read. It's not. It's probably not going to let me do it. I guess Rumble's having issues. Server error or something. Oh, well, that's okay. It's been a good stream. It's been a good stream, guys. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream as well. I'm going to wait till it goes ahead and does the server error, because maybe it'll let me go ahead and do it. Apparently, it's talking about being a manly man, as one does when, you're on Rumble. Nope, server error. Still not doing it. Oh, well. Fun ad read that would have been very tangential to chat. Play in the hands of death to stall. What? All right, guys. Well, thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Thanks for being so savage in the chat. Things got spicy at times, but it sure was fun. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. If you haven't followed me yet, still there on ScrewTube. Appreciate you, JJRSVL. If you haven't followed the channel, give me a follow here at Bulldozer74. I'm on YouTube, Bulldozer74 there. I am also on X. Dozer74 is the name there, but you would search for at Bulldozer74 __. We just broke 1,100 followers there. So go ahead and check me out there. I post things that I find fascinating or interesting in general. So it is sometimes I find myself looking through my own feed. I'm like, oh man, this person's got good taste. Well, huh, that's me. Is that narcissistic? A little bit self-indulgent? Maybe. But anyways, I'm on Gab as well. I'm on Truth Social, Bulldozer74 there. I will be streaming next Thursday at 9:30, not Wednesday. Thursday at 9:30 is my normal stream. And I'm streaming today because we are going to be going into the drive-in theater tomorrow. So hanging out with the family tomorrow evening. So figured I'd get the stream in today. Thank you guys so much. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you that chooses to take some time out of your evening to hang out and listen to me rant. Always appreciated. You guys have yourself a great rest of the night. See you guys.